everybody. We welcome you inside Morris Stadium on the campus of Glenville State College in Glenville, West Virginia, for this week's Mountain East Conference football game of the week on Metro News. Travis Jones, along with former Mountaineer quarterback Rasheed Marshall. Tonight, a matchup between Glenville State and West Virginia Wesleyan. And Rasheed, got a good matchup here. Matter of fact, in this series has been very tight the last 2 years. Just 3 points separating these two teams in the last 2 seasons.
Right. And the important thing for these teams tonight is come out, get into your offense, play solid defense, and try to get drives going and continue those drives.
Yeah, for Wesleyan, they want to find some offense this week. Matter of fact, George Shell, their third-year head coach, has made a change at quarterback. Luke Casey, a redshirt freshman from Columbia, Maryland, will get his first collegiate start here tonight against the Glenville State Pioneers. And Rasheed, talk about the nerves for a redshirt freshman making his first start in college.
Right. You're going to feel pressure. You're going to have to sit those nerves to the side, focus on the game, execute the offense.
Meanwhile, the offense for Glenville State goes through their outstanding running back, Ramon Lee, the senior from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Chasing history tonight, he needs just 96 yards to become the school's all-time leader. He can get it done in the run game. He can also get it done in the pass game. They'll line him up at slot.
That's right. They're going to have to get this guy the ball. He is the workhorse to this offense. Continue to feed him the ball, whether he's in the slot or in the backfield.
Glenville State 1-0. West Virginia Wesleyan 0-1 on the season in week 2 of the Mountain East Conference. Kickoff is coming up next from Glenville.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year 1, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Founded in 1872, Glenville State College is the only 4-year college in Central West Virginia. But we are unquestionably the best small public liberal arts college in the country. Come visit us in person or online and see our new Waco Center with its Land Resources Department and sports facilities, as well as our new student housing and updated science labs. Come to Glenville and see why Glenville State College is where you belong.
There's a lot to discover in college. But at West Virginia Wesleyan College, the most important thing you'll discover is yourself. Anytime you get together, perform together, or serve together, you'll be learning more about who you really are. West Virginia Wesleyan. Find your voice.
One drop causes a ripple, and that ripple moves across the water, affecting the entire body. Much the same way, when our schools educate our children for high-tech new economy jobs, the effects flow through West Virginia. These technology-based businesses see we have a workforce ready to grow their industry, and they move here. Then our children get those jobs and stay here. Call your state legislator and ask, what are you doing to bring high-tech businesses to West Virginia? From the West Virginia High Technology Foundation.
Back at Morris Stadium in Glenville, Bobcats and Pioneers set to square off. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups presented by the West Virginia High Technology Foundation. We mentioned for Glenville State their outstanding running back Ramon Lee, but they'll start Sean Steele, a very steady quarterback, a junior from Latana, Florida. Completed 65% of his passes a year ago, threw for 19 touchdowns a year ago as well. Keys of the game also brought to you by E.L. Robinson Engineering. And Rasheed, what are a couple of your keys for this game for the Bobcats or the Pioneers to win this one?
For Wesleyan, it's very important. Find the offense, get quarterback Luke Casey some success early. And on defense, make the Pioneers one-dimensional. Make them run to win the game.
Now for Glenville State.
Get Lee and Drake going as well. In their running game, they need to get going. Limit offensive mistakes. Let Steele manage the game.
Yeah, and Steele's an excellent game manager. As we mentioned, a very high efficiency guy, completing 65% of his passes. Meanwhile, for West Virginia Wesleyan, as we mentioned last week, just could not get a whole lot going from the offensive standpoint. They've got a very good running back, too, and a guy by the name of Mike Anderson, a junior, preseason, second-team All-American a year ago. But tough day at the office for him, Rasheed. 13 carries, 10 yards. You get that running game going tonight, it certainly would take a lot of pressure off the young quarterback.
That's right. It's very important. You want to be able to establish the run. So he needs to get going in the right direction.
So Mike Anderson will carry the mail tonight for the West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcats. Invite you to stay tuned. The kickoff is next. This is Mountain East Conference Game of the Week on Metro News.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
Cheer for the stumbles, the he shoulda had that's, and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
This copyrighted broadcast is made under exclusive rights granted to the Metro News Radio Network by the Mountain East Conference. Any rebroadcast, publication, or use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is prohibited. Now, with the call of tonight's game, here's Travis Jones.
Glenville State Pioneers are in the tunnel in the inflatable helmet, set to run on this field under the direction of head coach Dave Hutchinson. His 5th season here at Glenville, 23 wins, 22 losses, has been on staff here at Glenville State since 2008. And throughout the night tonight, we'll talk about both these head coaches and their ties to the Mountain State. As we mentioned, Dave Hutchinson here in Glenville for quite some time, but he had Division I coaching stops. Lloyd Carr at Michigan, was also on Mizzou's staff. He was a graduate assistant with the Missouri Tigers and also spent some time in Toledo with the Rockets as well, and has done an outstanding job with this program. This is a key year for him in the sense that he's got a senior-dominated offensive line. He's got a very solid quarterback. Of course, the 1-2 punch at the running back position with Ramon Lee and also Tevin Drake. And Rasheed, talk about how important it is to win your first game. First time in the last 3 seasons that Glenville has won their season opener. They've started on the road in the last 3 years, so they pick up a big road victory last week, and that does a ton for your confidence.
That's right, and the better you can start off with that momentum, the better off your season will carry. So it's very important for these guys to come out, play well early, and keep that streak going.
Made for well for West Virginia Wesleyan. We mentioned George Shell, 3rd season. One of the youngest coaches in the Mountain East Conference, took over this program in his late 20s, and their preseason 7th in the Mountain East Conference. And of course, George, some Division I playing experience in Morgantown. Clarksburg native, played at Robert C. Byrd, and George Shell, 4-year letterman at WVU 2002 through 2005, was an outstanding holder for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
It's going to be interesting to see how Wesleyan comes out and plays defense. They're going to need to get that confidence up early, so it's important for them to try to get a stop early on, get their defense off the field, and give their offense a shot to try to pick up where they left off last week.
Wesleyan set to kick off. Ball's teed up, and Nick Bana, a freshman from Belford, New Jersey, has it on the tee at the 35-yard line. Set to kick it away. Deep return man for Glenville, and the ball's going to come down and going to be fielded by number 10, Ralph Gordon. He's a wide receiver, swings over to the right side, brings it over the 35, out to the 33-yard line. Didn't quite get to the 35 before he was tripped up. Nice special teams tackle down the field by Rozone Middleton, freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. So here comes this Glenville offense. Again, put up a ton of points last week in Central Ohio against Urbana. 49-0 the final score. Sean Steele threw 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, 264 yards, and he will start out in the pistol set. Glenville, 1st and 10, ball at the 33.
I expect Glenville to come out, keep the ball on the ground, and try to get Lee going.
Play clock down to 10 seconds. Steele is ready. Snap is back. Play action. Back, fires right over the middle. Wide open pass pulled in. Dante Absher, one of the best wide receivers in the Mountain East Conference last year. He was 4th best with 5 catches per game. Only had 2 catches in their season opener. And here comes tempo from Glenville to pick up all the way down to the Wesleyan 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
And you said it right. Glenville's already lined up on the ball. They're ready to get this next play off, so they're going to go fast.
Jeremy Brown flanks out wide. Twins to the top side of the formation. Here's a snap and a give. Ramon Lee gets his first carry, leaves his feet, and gets undercut at the 39-yard line. Reggie Ware, defensive back from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, came up. And Lee, leaping at the 40-yard line, gets taken down after a 3-yard pickup. Again, Lee, 93 yards away from the school's all-time rushing record. We'll keep note of that throughout the evening.
Wesleyan coming out, showing a soft shell, too. Right now, they're switching up their coverage. Look like they're in cover 1.
Shotgun sidecar to the right. 4-man front. Snap back. Steele looks. He pumps. Going to swing it out. Lee makes the catch along the sideline. He turns upfield inside the 25. Will step out at the 20. Escorted out by a safety, Brandon Grayson. So we talked about Lee. Not only is he a good runner, Rashid, but he's a guy that can leak out of the backfield and make stuff happen in the open field.
That's right, and with Wesleyan in man coverage, someone slipped up, let him get out into the flat. Great job by the quarterback. Nice soft toss out to him.
All right, so nearing the red zone, 1st and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. Snap and a give to the right, Lee. Lee picks a hole, takes it inside the 15. Little hurdle inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line before he is dragged down along the near sideline. Tackle on the play by Mike Savage, but a very patient run that time by Lee. The initial crease was not there. He waited for it to develop and then got his shoulders turned north and south.
These offensive coaches from Glenville are not wasting any time to get Lee involved early.
1st and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Snap, Steele, play action, fires right over the middle, pass caught, touchdown. And that is Dante Absher, the junior from Sterling, Virginia, is in the end zone. His 2nd receiving touchdown in the first 2 weeks of the season. And a great play action pass that time from Steele, froze the linebackers.
I really like the execution right here by the quarterback. You can see he is basically a small play fake. Lee's been showing some success on the ground, sucked those linebackers in, and he hit that slant right behind the linebackers.
Placement post to the right, Tanner Lee. He is on, big right-footed kicker, and he is 8 for 8 on the season on point afters. That one is up, and it's right down the middle. So just the start that Dave Hutchinson and Glenville State had hoped for. They take the football, work the long field, and get a touchdown pass from Sean Steele to Dante Absher. Quick early success for Glenville State. This is Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News with the score, Glenville 7, Wesleyan 0.
At Urbana University's Center for Adult and Professional Studies, students complete career-relevant degrees in as little as 24 months in small class sizes, taught by accomplished faculty whose accessible, open-door policies foster a mentor relationship that continues through college and beyond. To find out more about earning your degree and how Urbana can focus on your success, call 1-855-7-URBANA.
A home for our heroes. That's what the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility in Clarksburg offers. Personal, compassionate care in a state-of-the-art facility that includes a licensed Alzheimer's unit, a chapel, access to secure gardens and porches, regular outings, recreational opportunities, and much more. No veteran is turned down due to finances. Maximum rates at the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility are a third of the national average. Visit veterans.wv.gov or call 866-WV4-VETS.
Seven 0 Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan. Very good drive for Sean Steele. 3 for 3, 52 yards on that drive. Lee, 2 carries, 16 yards. And, of course, Dante Absher, 2 big catches on the drive as well. Here's the kickoff that's going to drive the return man into the end zone. Brings it over the 10, 15, 20, and dropped just shy of the 20-yard line. And on that return is Maurice Williams, a backup running back from Baltimore, Maryland.
Special teams will play a very big part for Wesleyan tonight. With the struggle of their offense last week, they need the help on special teams to help them gain field position to shorten that field up for the quarterback.
Preseason standings in the Mountain East Conference, and we found an upset at the top in week number 1 as Concord went on the road and got upset by West Liberty in week number 1. You can see Glenville State preseason picked 4th, and also this West Virginia Wesleyan team midsection in the league in the preseason. Here comes Casey. Rolls, throws, pass caught, missed tackle, 30, out to the 35, 40, and tripped up over the 40 to the 41-yard line is Zach Shademan.
I like that play call. Very safe. You have a run-pass option. Again, first down, if it's not there, Casey can go ahead and run with that football. Great job by him to keep his eyes up.
Shademan 3 catches last year, but he was Jeremy Musselman, the starting quarterback a year ago for West Virginia Wesleyan, his favorite target. 1st and 10, ball out to the 42-yard line, fully loaded shotgun, snap, and a give. Stretch is Anderson. He finds a hole over midfield. He's down to the Glenville 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown from Mike Anderson. And just like that, Anderson, after 10 yards on 13 carries a week ago, he rips off a big 58-yard touchdown run, and the Bobcats answer with 12:35 to play in the opening quarter.
Very nice job out of the offensive line. You're getting a hat on a hat. That's the momentum you want. These guys are going to carry off of that confidence. Hopefully their defense can come back out and get a big stop.
Just one key block right on the perimeter sprung him, and Anderson showing that outstanding speed. Muddle huddle. Now Wesleyan brings everything in tight for the extra point attempt from Nick Banta, the freshman from Belford, New Jersey. At the post to the right. Trying to tie the score. Snap back, pulled down, kick on the way, and that kick from Banta is up, and it is good. So it did not take West Virginia Wesleyan long to score in week number 2 after getting shut out last week by the Shepherd College Rams, as Wesleyan gets a big run from Mike Anderson. 58 yards later, we're tied. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News with our score, Pioneers 7, Bobcats 7.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year 1, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
It's on us to stop sexual assault. in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
One drop causes a ripple, and that ripple moves across the water, affecting the entire body. Much the same way, when our schools educate our children for high-tech new economy jobs, the effects flow through West Virginia. These technology-based businesses see we have a workforce ready to grow their industry, and they move here. Then our children get those jobs and stay here. Call your state legislator and ask, what are you doing to bring high-tech businesses to West Virginia? From the West Virginia High Technology Foundation.
Banta's kickoff taken at the 7 over the 10, 15, and Bobcats all around and drop the return man, Quentin Thornton, just over the 20 at the 21-yard line. Well, George Shell's offense struggling. Rashid, 2 plays, 80 yards. You certainly wouldn't know it from that opening drive of the game.
That's right. That's the confidence that you want to instill in your players, especially early on. Let these guys know that they are able to hang with this Glenville team.
Meanwhile, the Bobcats defense back out there. Great, I thought, play selection for Glenville in their opening drive. Really mixed the run and the pass well.
Sean Steele was like a surgeon out there. He showed very good execution, very good patience, and he was in command with the offense.
Steele, perfect on the opening drive, 3 for 3, and Absher had 2 of those catches. He lines up in the slot, part of Twins to the wide side of the field. Steele is ready, snap back, quick pass, caught by Absher, blocked 25-30, and the ball came loose, no whistle. Wesleyan's on it, they got it. Fumble recovery. They hit Dante Absher just before he went down. The ball copped onto the turf, and it was recovered by West Virginia Wesleyan.
That was a very good ball by Sean Steele. The receiver just needs to tuck that ball away. You have some wet conditions, so it's important for ball security to tuck that ball away.
Yeah, great hit applied by Nate Simmons, the defensive back from Stuart, Florida, that coughed it onto the turf. And Wesleyan right there to recover it. And that was Correll Mack falling on the football. So the Bobcats play takeaway, 1st and 10. Ball on the 30 with 12:22 to play in the opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Casey lines up, running back to either side. Ready for the shotgun snap from Gabe Sigmund. It's back. He'll throw a quick pass down the line of scrimmage. Shatterman breaks a tackle inside the 20. Takes a solid shot down to the 18-yard line, but that'll be a first down for West Virginia Wesleyan. Tackled on the play on the long near sideline by Brandon Absher.
That was a very safe play call. Pretty much the same play that Glenville State just ran. You have a slot receiver. He's running a bubble route. It's basically turning into a long running back sweep play, but just a ball in the air to the slot receiver.
Yeah, just counting on a missed tackle out on the island, and that's what they got. 1st and 10 from the 18. Here's a give. Nice cutback. Anderson will take it inside the 15. He's tripped up down at the 13-yard line. So good vision there by Anderson. Positive gain. Demetrius Lofton, the junior defensive lineman, Fort Washington, Maryland, there to make the stop. Just zone blocking that time, and the running back reads the blocks, saw the seam back towards the grain, and found it.
I said I'm seeing a lot of push by this Wesleyan offensive line.
Trips wide, single receiver to the near side. That's Ross Kim. Shotgun, sidecar on 2nd down and short. Here's a give to the short side, and this time Anderson is going to be contained and dropped. Credit on the play to Alex Robinson from Largo, Maryland, by way of Hargrave Military Academy. Did an excellent job defeating the block and keeping Anderson cutting back to the inside, and also give credit on the play to Ian Andrews, the junior offensive end, who came through to make the stop.
Yeah, and Andrews basically did a great job right there. He came through pretty much untouched. Great effort by him to make that play in the backfield.
Possession down, 3rd down and 9. Shotgun sidecar to the right, snap back to Casey. He looks, surveys, now he's being chased. He looks and throws to the back of the end zone, and the pass is caught. Is it in? It is. Touchdown. Zach Shademan with an unbelievable catch. just inches from going out of bounds along the far sideline. And what a strike thrown by Luke Casey, put it right there. And Shademan, the junior from Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, pulls in the touchdown catch, and Wesleyan is on top.
Luke Casey is showing a lot of confidence right now, making that throw deep down in his own territory and putting it in a spot where no other player can get to it except his receiver, and he came up with the big catch. Great play.
Yeah, just able to get his knees down as he caught that one at turf level. Just an outstanding catch and throw on a 3rd down and 9. Nick Banta is set to send the extra point airborne. That kick is up, and the kick is good. And West Virginia Wesleyan takes advantage of the Glenville fumble deep in their own end to take a 14-7 lead. So Wesleyan leading for the first time in 2015. And well, you wouldn't know this was Luke Casey's first start. Rashid comes out on a roll. You know, how important is it for a young quarterback to get in a rhythm early?
It's very important. And as you can see on this replay, he's showing the confidence. Like I said, he's deep down in his own territory. That's a very gutsy throw. He's showing leadership, and he's in control of what's going on out there on the field. He doesn't look startled. He's under control and showing poise.
A good throw on the move as well that time as Casey fires a strike. And that is the touchdown pass to Zach Shademan, his first catch for a touchdown this season to put West Virginia Wesleyan on top in this game, 14-7 with 10:54 to play. And Casey's numbers early on, 3 of 3, 50 yards and a touchdown for the Bobcats. Banta set to kick it away from right to left on the run up, boots it. It's going to be a high short kick taken by the return man at the 15, over the 20, 25, and resistance met at the 28-yard line and dropped as Ralph Gordon on that kickoff return.
I mentioned earlier, special teams is going to come down and play a big part in this football game. Field position is everything. The more you can get your returner some yardage, it's going to shorten up field for the quarterback and create less work to do for that offensive unit.
1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Steele's back out there. Lee lines up to his left in the shotgun formation. Steele looks to the sideline to get any change of play or audible at the line. Glenville stays in that set. Turn, handoff to Lee. Makes a cut over the 35. He's loose. 40, 45 stutter step midfield to the 45 of Wesleyan, the 40. Nice cut back. 25, 20, 15. Inside the 5, and he's pushed into the end zone. Touchdown. What a stop and go move from Lee.
Phenomenal run. Phenomenal run. Showed very good vision on that play. As you can see here, again, you have a kick-out block right there with the guard. Great vision by Lee. From here, he takes his athletic ability, and he does the rest. Great move on the cut. That's just pure determination.
Yeah, Nate Simmons, the corner, came up and tried to make the stop, and Lee with a little stop-and-go move blew right by him. So big plays have been the order here in the opening quarter. One-play drive for Glenville State. Extra point is up, and it is good for Tanner Wright. And we're tied at 14 again with 10:37 remaining here in the opening quarter. Well, you're an offensive guy, so you know what defense? Heck with it.
Everyone loves offense. You score points, you keep the crowd involved. But for both of these teams, again, they need to continue to execute on offense. Right now, it's not a lot of defense being played. But again, for the offensive units, execute, continue to get points on the board.
Just an outstanding run from Ramon Lee. It started with great vision. He had a little stop-and-go move, and then a stutter step. The defender went flying, and finally inside the 10-yard line, an angle could not be gathered by Travaris Anderson, so he could only shove Lee and shoved him into the end zone for the touchdown. So a big home run shot for Lee. And again, he's closing in on the record. Came in needing 96 yards to become the school's all-time leading rusher. And he may get there here in the first quarter of play the way this one's going at 88 yards. So Lee stands at just 8 yards away from setting a record. And there's been a lot of good offensive football teams here at Glenville. Rich Rodriguez, former coach here, Alan Fiddler, also a very offensive-minded coach here at Glenville State. All right, kickoff to Wesleyan. Fielded inside the 5-yard line over the 10, 15, and going to be sandwiched shy of the 15-yard line, right around the 14. So excellent special teams coverage by the guys in blue from Glenville State to get down and cover that football.
And this is where the special teams field position comes into play. Right now, Wesleyan is backed up in their own territory, so they have a longer field to work with. Those are the situations that you don't want to put a young quarterback like Casey in.
See how Casey handles the long field for the first time. 1st and 10 ball at the 14. We're tied at 14. 10:31 stop clock to play here in the opening quarter. Casey will line Kim up wide to the left. Twins to the right. Shotgun set. Fully loaded shotgun in the backfield. And Casey is ready. Snap back. Quick pass down the line. Caught Shadowman again. Brings it over the 15. Going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line. But a winner on first down. Just a quick pass down the line of scrimmage. And Glenville did a good job rallying to the ball. Aaron Settles, defensive back out of Maryland, was first on the scene to make the tackle.
And that's the second quick throw we've seen out to that slot receiver. Those are the kind of throws that's going to get Casey that confidence going forward in his football game.
All right, 2nd down and 5. Long count from Casey. Here's a snap. Here comes a blitz. They've got him and got him sacked. Coming free off the edge was Javon Webster. Webster coming in, and Casey saw him too late, could not react, and he'll be wrapped up and dropped back at the 12-yard line.
Unfortunately, Glenville State had a guy coming right off of the edge. Wesleyan needs to see that, pick that up. You don't want that situation for your quarterback.
All right, 3rd down and 12. So Casey here, 3 of 10, 26 yards passing last week. Has been efficient so far tonight. Snap is back, heat is on. He floats it over the middle and overshot the crossing receiver. Shadowman was the intended target. Had a receiver deeper up the field on a little crossing route was Ross Kim, but that one fell in between the two intended receivers, and the punt team with Andrew Jones is on for the first time.
That was the first drive that I think Wesleyan really showed that the offense was somewhat out of sync. You're backed up, it changes the whole situation with the play calling from the coaching staff.
Wesleyan actually uses 2 punters. This will be Tyler Bolin, who's also the backup quarterback. He started last week at quarterback from Parkersburg. He'll boot this one, and it's a knuckleballer. Bad kick, and it sails into the Wesleyan sideline. And this is going to be a short one. Line of scrimmage was the 13-yard line. The official takes the walk up the sideline and marks that ball at the 25. So that was just a 12-yard punt for West Virginia Wesleyan. And when we talked about special teams, get a great kickoff coverage from Glenville. Their defense holds. Bad punt from Wesleyan, and here come the Pioneers. They're set up on the doorstep at the 25.
That's right, and you're giving Sean Steele a very short field to work with there. Something you really don't want for any quarterback in a situation for the opposing defense. You want to try to give your defense a chance.
1st and 10 ball at the 25, tied at 14, 9:17 to play here in the opening quarter. Snap to Steele. Here's a give. It's going to be a reverse. Coming back the other way is Quinn Thornton inside the 20, 10 to the 5. Breaking tackles into the end zone. Touchdown. On the reverse, the handoff went to Lee, and Glenville anticipated Wesleyan would over-pursue to Lee, and why not? And they handed back to Thornton heading the other way, and the senior from Naples, Florida, is in the end zone. Touchdown.
So you can see how that energy is carrying over from series to series. Great play design right here. You get the flow going to the right. You have a receiver from the slot coming back around. He does the rest, few good cuts, and he's in the end zone.
A good downfield block, too, inside the 5-yard line. Extra point time for Tanner Wright, senior from Clareton, Ohio. That kick is airborne, and that kick is good. This is an explosive Glenville State offense. They can put up points in bunches, a ton of athletes, and they do it quickly, and they have done that here in this game. Run 2 offensive plays. Their last 2 offensive plays have gone for touchdowns of 80 yards and now 25 yards, and Glenville's on top 21-14.
So just that fast, you see a quick lead change. Glenville showing some great explosiveness on offense. Their offensive coaches really starting to open up the playbook. The players are feeling it, and that energy is starting to translate over.
All right, time for Wesleyan to try to answer here. On an overcast night at beautiful Morris Stadium in Glenville, just a ton of money has been infused in this program from the brand new luxury suites and facilities building off to our right. New natural or new artificial turf surface here at Glenville, and the brand new Basketball Center, the Waco Center. We'll talk about that coming up at halftime, but last time I was here, they were in the process of building that brand new facilities building down in the end zone, and just an absolutely gorgeous facility here in Glenville for Dave Hutchinson to recruit to. All right, kickoff taken down, and on the return is Maurice Williams. Williams has the sideline. Flag comes in over the 25-30, and he's going to be tackled down at the 33. However, this return will come back on a blocking infraction. Flag laying back at the 26-yard line of West Virginia Wesleyan.
Much better return, but again, for Wesleyan, you have a penalty that's going to back you up. Bad field position to start this drive.
Of the return team. Dead ball after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct by number 9 of the return team. Both penalties will be enforced. It'll be West Virginia Wesleyan's ball, 1st and 10.
Killer there, back-to-back penalties on Wesleyan will really back them up deep in their own end. 21-14 Glenville. With just a beautiful basketball facility, had an opportunity to call a game here during basketball season. The Waco Center, multi-million-dollar, multi-purpose facility, not only the home of Glenville State basketball and volleyball, but also houses their athletic department offices. They have concerts in there, so it's been a great addition not only to the Glenville State campus here, but also a tremendous addition to the Gilmer County residents in general, a multi-purpose facility, and just a part of a lot of funds and backing that have been put into the campus here at Glenville State College. And we'll talk with actually both presidents coming up at halftime on our halftime show. But Peter Barr very, very proud of what has been built here at Glenville State College in the last handful of years. All right, Wesleyan backed up, 1st and 10, ball on their own 8. So danger zone here for Casey. Casey's going to hand it off to Anderson, and Anderson with a positive pickup. He'll drag a defender over the 15 out to the 16-yard line before he takes a shoulder-high shot from one of the defensive linemen, Wesley Marsh, making that tackle. But exactly what Wesleyan needed. Get ahead of the sticks here. 2nd down 2. Ball on the 16. Snap back to Casey. Again, hands the ball off. And again, Anderson makes a cut. Picks up a 1st down as he pushes the pile forward out to the 17-yard line. Yeah, just got it. Needed 2, got about 2.5.
Right here from this position is giving your offense a little more breathing room to call some better plays. You start off early. You have some safe running plays on the ground. Now you can start to open things up.
1st and 10 from the 19, overload with trips receivers to the left, single receiver up top. Casey awaits the snap, throws it quick out, pass caught and pushed out of bounds after a nice pickup along the sideline as Anthony O'Cray, junior from Los Angeles, Santa Monica JC. And we're also going to have a personal foul on Glenville post play, so the gain out to the lead stick and a 1st down will count, and also a penalty on the play on Glenville.
Personal foul, roughing the passer by the defense, number 41. 15-yard penalty will be added at the end of the play. Automatic 1st down.
Well, Javon Webster had a good defensive play here in this opening quarter. This one, however, late, way late on Casey's. He lowered the shoulder in the square of his back.
And those are just foolish penalties on a defensive player. You know, he's going to have to come over, get talked to by the coaching staff. You don't want to give up free yardage.
They had Wesleyan backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, and now Wesleyan's worked the ball out to the 43 on 1st and 10. Snap, give to Anderson. Anderson makes a cut over the 45, brings it out to the 50. Ball came out late. He was whistled down after a 7-yard pickup on the play. So George Shell, knowing he's got a young quarterback, he is feeding his diminutive running back, Anderson, 5'9", 190, and a junior, but he's a compact runner and has had a very successful career in Buchanan, and so far, they're feeding him early and often.
I like what Wesleyan is doing with that zone blocking. Just a hat on a hat, give him room to run.
2nd down 3, ball right at midfield, snap, here's the fake to Anderson, quick pass down the line, missed block, and Shadaman's in trouble. Receiver missed the block out there and nowhere to go as Marcus Yumi came over to make the stop for Glenville State. And it's going to be a loss on the play of a yard, bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball's marked back to the Wesleyan 49-yard line.
Whenever you're throwing that quick slot screen, it's very important for the outside receiver to hold that cornerback up, get a solid block to give him room to catch and run.
3rd down and 4, ball from the 49-yard line. Got to get it down to the Glenville 47, does Wesleyan, for a 1st down. Casey is set, shotgun formation. Twins to both sides. Here's a snap back. Casey looks. Now he surveys, throws late over the middle. Pass caught by the tight end. That'll be a 1st down to the 41-yard line. That pass hauled in by Eric Lewis.
Casey showed really good poise right there. He stayed in the pocket on that last drive. He kind of looked around, quick to run out of the pocket. Right there, he showed some patience.
Yeah, Rasheed did something. Usually you get a freshman quarterback, he locks on one receiver. That time he looked off the flat and came back to his right over the middle and found a wide open tight end. 1st down to the 41. Snap, give to Anderson. This time he's gobbled up. Big defensive line push that time from Glenville State. They'll get Anderson swallowed up at the 45-yard line after a loss of 4.
You mentioned that push by Glenville State. This defensive line outsizes this Wesleyan offensive line. So it's going to be interesting to see as the game goes on how the physical statures match up.
You look across the front for Glenville, 275, 260, 270, 290, and 270 for this Wesleyan offensive front that features a redshirt freshman at left guard. 2nd down, 14. Snap, Casey looks right. Now he's going to be hit, stripped to the ball. It's loose on the carpet at the 50. Pressure came. Glenville says they have the ball, and the umpire agrees. Turnover on West Virginia Wesleyan as the redshirt freshman quarterback Luke Casey got stripped of the ball. They were in there on him in a hurry. Tried to pump it to his right, and when he tried to pull and tuck it, Alex Robinson, the junior offensive lineman, came through to get the strip.
And we just talked about the 2 battles up front between the offensive and the defensive line. Glenville State didn't do anything special right there. It's just their 4 front guys getting a great push, getting in on that strip sack.
Pioneers take over, ball midfield. First Wesleyan turnover of the night. Turnovers now even at 1 apiece. 5:16 to play in the opening quarter, 21-14. Glenville on top in our Mountain East Conference game of the week here on Metro News. Snap to Steele. Here's a give to Lee with running room. Gets to the edge. 40 breaks a tackle. 35, 30. There's the record. Nope, flag down. 20, 15 has it down to the 4-yard line. So he might get the record. Only needed, 8, 9 yards, but a flag comes in, and we'll see where they mark it and how much of that run from Lee is going to count. It is a hold on Glenville State.
That's unfortunate for Lee and that offense because with Lee being the explosive player that he is, he just showed again he has the ability to take on any moment, and that's unfortunate for that offense.
All right, so the holding penalty will bring it back to the 45-yard line, so it's going to be just short of the record. That's 5 yards on that carry. So he took it down inside the 5. Called back on a holding penalty and happened right out there on the flank on a defensive back being held. It was Reggie Ware. Now the crowd reacts. That may be the record for Lee. Snap back, Steele throws it underneath, pass caught, 3rd catch of the game for Dante Absher, and he's going to be tripped up after picking up a 1st down to the 37-yard line.
Wesleyan showing that quarters coverage right there. They're going to be soft underneath. So that short intermediate throw for Glenville State will always be there.
All right, 1st and 10, Pioneers on the move with 4:40 to play here in the opening quarter. From the 37, Steele fires it over the middle, and that hard throw goes through the receiver's fingertips and falls incomplete. Steele rocketed that one, and Quinn Thompson couldn't squeeze it. Ball falls incomplete as Rob Armstrong, defensive back from Laurel, Maryland, was defending on the play.
I think we know how strong Sean Steele's arm is.
I don't think his receiver has any thumbprints left on his hands after that one went through. Burned him right off. Second down 10, ball on the 37. Here's a snap and a give. Lee, that's certainly the record now. Inside the 30, shaking, gets hit from behind and dropped at the 23-yard line after a 14-yard pickup.
I mean, for everything that you want in a running back, Lee is that player. He's showing great vision, patience. He has great feet, and he picks and chooses where he wants to go with the football. He's showing phenomenal skills.
A very patient run that time. Waits for the blocking to develop, and then once he's out in space, he makes guys miss. Here's a throw over the middle. Absher makes the catch. He's spun down at the 16-yard line. So another gain of 6 on the play. And Dante Absher has been very active here early going for this Glenville offense. 5th catch of the night. Second down 4, ball on the 16-yard line. Snap and a give right up the middle, and running that ball into the end zone for a touchdown is Tevin Drake, senior from Brooksfield, Florida. He's the backup to Ramon Lee. He's also a senior and an outstanding running back, all Mountain East Conference honorable mention a year ago, so a nice change up back right up the middle.
For these running backs at Glenville State, it doesn't get any better than this. These offensive linemen are opening up these holes. He's making it easy on these guys in the backfield.
Yeah, massive hole that time as Drake made it look easy because he wasn't touched till he got to about the 1-yard line. All right, Tanner Wright, post to the right. As Glenville's efficient offense has scored again. High snap, and they botched it. Wright could not get the kick away, and the holder will just have to eat the football at the 13-yard line. So a high snap, gummed that up from the start. And Tyler Jakoski, the holder, a backup kicker punter, didn't have much of a chance there as he just had to eat the football. And the Glenville State Pioneer lead will hold it 27-14.
So I'm starting to wonder at this point, is the physical prowess of Glenville State starting to take control of this Wesleyan team?
Yeah, if you're George Shell, you know what it is now. You know that your defense is having a difficult time stopping this Glenville offense. So in order to stay in this game, they're just going to have to try to keep pace on the scoreboard with their offense. And, as you mentioned, that last drive, while Wesleyan did a lot of good things with the football, offensively, it was the defensive line of Glenville State that ultimately won the series.
Right. If Wesleyan coming back out on offense is going to be important. These guys need to regain their composure, try to get back in sync on offense, protect the football, and sustain some drives going forward.
Another quick drive, 6 plays, 50 yards in just under a minute and a half. As Tevin Drake finds the end zone for the 3rd time this season, had 10 carries, 86 yards, and 2 scores in the win last week at Urbana. All right, kickoff comes down, fielded at the 2, over the 10, 15, over the 20, spun and kept alive, and now finally stepping out of bounds is Desmond Civils on that kickoff return. All right, so been a good, solid night so far for Luke Casey, the Wesleyan quarterback. He was stripped of the ball and a strip sack on that last possession, but overall, Rashid, run down his opening quarter has been pretty solid.
He's played very solid. He again needs to continue to try to get in sync, execute the offense, not try to do too much in this situation. Your team is down at this point, but just go out there and run your offense.
Mike Anderson back out as the tailback along with a fullback in the shotgun set. And a snap. Casey's back, rolls, he's in trouble. He gets away from the oncoming rush. He pumps and now just needs to get rid of it. Instead, he'll eat the football and will be tackled out of bounds. So he step out near the 20-yard line, so that'll go down as a sack, a loss of 3 on the play.
And those are the kind of plays I'm talking about. You don't want to make a bad play worse. At that point, you know you don't have anything. Get outside of the pocket, protect yourself, and just get rid of the ball.
Yep, throw it to the sideline, just get it past the line of scrimmage. Live to see another down. Loss of 3 on that one. Second down, 13. Ball at the 20. Clock winds. 3:17 to play in the opening quarter. Glenville 27-14 lead. Snap and a give to Anderson. They got him by the shirt collar and will rip him down at the 21-yard line. So Anderson trying to get around the corner and could not. And again, Alex Robinson, who's been very active defensively, made that tackle, and Robinson also was shaken up on the play. So Alex Robinson already in this game has 2 tackles, 1.5 or half a tackle for a loss, and he's down early. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some cramping up here tonight. It's a very muggy night, although it was supposed to cool off with the thunder showers that moved through earlier today, and looks like that might even be the case early on here, with Robinson being cramped up at the 3-minute mark to play in the opening quarter.
As people don't understand, as a player, you're down there, you're in that equipment, the helmet, you sweat a lot. So it's very important for these players to get hydrated before the game so you don't run into a situation like this.
Yeah, no, we see it early on. Very tough for these guys to get into game shape. I mean, you can only emulate so much in practices, but you know, when guys aren't used to playing 4 quarters of college football and straining for 4 quarters, you know, you're going to get things like this happening, especially early in the season.
Right, and as a player, we would always make jokes. We stay at campus, at school all summer, we work out, but again, that game shape is what's important. You can run as many sprints as you want. Nothing can emulate the game speed.
So Robinson walks off under his own powers. That's good to see. Wesleyan faces a 3rd down and 11. Got to get it out to the 32-yard line to keep this drive going. Casey has plenty of time. Jump throw over the middle. Pass is caught in traffic. And again, that's Mr. Reliable. Zach Shadowman makes the catch at the 33-yard line. 3 blue jerseys around him as he pulled that one in. Got sandwiched, but hangs on and will now take himself out of the game.
Those are one of those completions where you look at it in the film room, you say, it's a completion, we take it, we move the sticks, but be careful doing that again in the future.
And Casey, a little jump pass action on that one. Actually left his feet. We get that one dialed in there and thrown in for the 1st down. There's a handoff. Anderson gets around the corner. 35, he spins and lunges to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6. So Wesleyan has to be encouraged. They've been able to run the ball, particularly to the right side. Jordan Barnes, a junior, right tackle from Turtle Creek, PA over there, along with Casey Sanders, right guard for Portsmouth, Ohio. And that is definitely the largest part of their offensive line is to the right. And Anderson has had a lot of success running there early on in this opening quarter.
He has, and I think Wesleyan is doing the right thing. You don't want to go matchup for matchup on these guys. Get into a zone blocking scheme.
Shotgun sidecar, snap back Casey. It's a screen. He'll swing it out to Jarrell English. English turns upfield, and the helmet goes flying from one of the defenders as English runs into that pile at the 44. It's going to be near the lead stick. And the guy that lost his hat is Marcus Yumi, and he'll have to come out of the game for a play defensively. And it's a 1st down on that little swing to English, the sophomore from Frederick, Maryland.
Not much running room. He got the yards he can get, put his head down, and just pretty much got prepared for that hit.
Yeah, late pressure also on Casey. Just a great defensive play. That helmet was coming off before he made the tackle. And whistles down below. Want the play clock reset. 1:19 on the opening quarter game clock. 27-14. Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan. However, Wesleyan's mounting a drive. The ball 1st and 10, ball in the 44. And here's a run from Casey who anticipated this. Little shake and bake, and he'll bring it out to the 48-yard line for a gain of 4. And we both talked with George Shell about that. They felt last week that they forced their quarterbacks to do more of the scheme of their offense than vice versa, allowing their quarterbacks to do what they do well.
Right. You don't want to put anything on your quarterback that isn't in his skill set. So if your quarterback has the strengths of being a runner and a thrower, you have to utilize that into your offense and not force anything upon him.
So Casey on the first design run of the night for Wesleyan picks up 3.5 yards. They'll come back to Anderson, and Anderson again is going to be swallowed up. Could not get his shoulders squared as Rashawn Searcy made the stop. And he's a big defensive lineman, goes 6'3", 320 from Shaker Heights, Ohio. Brings up 3rd down and 7 on what might be the final play here of quarter number 1.
It's important for Wesleyan to get some protection for Luke Casey in this situation.
All right, passing down, we come back. 3rd down and 7. Very entertaining opening quarter here as Glenville State scores and puts 27 points on the board. They lead 27-14. SMEC Thursday night football game presented by AARP on Metro News.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
Cheer for the stumbles, the he shoulda had that's, and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
Ready for the start of the second quarter. 27-14 our score. Very eventful opening quarter. A lot of points. Glenville gets on the board first with a touchdown pass to Absher. Answered right back. A big rip 82-yard touchdown run for Mike Anderson. He takes it all the way into the end zone to tie the score early. Wesleyan would actually take the lead on the next possession. Luke Casey with an outstanding throw and catch for Mike Shademan in the corner of the end zone. But this opening quarter, Ramon Lee became the all-time leading rusher in Glenville State College history with that run. And we start the second quarter now with a long bomb, and the pass goes through the arms and incomplete down at the 15-yard line. Casey threw a beautiful throw, but Rogowski could not squeeze it inside the 20 at the 15. Would have set him up on a 3rd down and 7, and now the punt team will come on for West Virginia Wesleyan.
I thought that was great touch right there by Casey. You can't put it in any better place for your receiver to catch it. He needs to come up with that grab.
All right, Casey stays in, but he's going to quick kick it. Boots it out of there, angles it to the sideline, inside the 20, and it will be touched down at the 19, it's called the 20-yard line. You know a thing or two about punting the football from the quarterback position.
And I'm pretty sure George Shell took that page out of Coach Rodriguez' special teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
We read the same thing. You know, it's pretty much to catch the defense off guard. You want to get a quick kick, pin them back deep, and let that defense take over.
Had you punted before in high school?
A little bit. I did everything in high school.
All right. So great job by the quarterback, Luke Casey. Puts that football down to the 21-yard line. 14:47 remaining until halftime. 27-14. Do have a discussion going on with the officiating crew. Don't see a flag on the field. So perhaps we'll get some explanation here as to the stoppage.
Right here. Ball was illegally cut by the kicking team. First down.
All right, so that'll change the spot. About 2 yards they lose on that illegal touch from the 19 out to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Glenville. Leading 27-14. 14:47 to play in the second quarter. Pioneers tonight have been very efficient. They've touched the football now 5 times and have scored 4 touchdowns.
Wesleyan's coming out showing a man coverage here.
Anticipating run, they get run. There's a handoff to Lee, and Lee with a flag down behind the play. They bring it out to the 37-yard line. Would have been a gain of 14 yards and a first down, but flag in the area of holding, and that is going to be the call. Jonathan Dupree, the senior from Lake City, Florida, the center, reacting to that holding call.
By the offense, number 51, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Yeah, it was Dupree. He was tagged on that one.
Glenville State, they're getting the looks that they want. They're getting the helmet to helmet on the defensive line and the linebackers. For Wesleyan, they need to eliminate the penalties and not shoot themselves in the foot.
Ball goes back on 1st and 20 at the 14-yard line. And motion up front. Flag is down, offsides, and a free play. Pass up the near sideline. Going to have a flag also at the point of the attempted catch as well. Trying to get it to Jeremy Brown, and he may have been interfered with on the play by Tavares Anderson. So 2 flags to check. One came right at the snap, and then, of course, a potential pass interference penalty at the other end on Wesleyan.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Offside by the defense, number 33. That penalty is declined. Pass interference by the defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's actually Marcus Smith who was out in coverage.
So we call that a freeze play. You want to get the defensive line to jump. If they jump, you basically have a free play as a quarterback, so you want to take a shot down the field, and that's what Sean Steele did there.
Now, Wesleyan last week was the least penalized team in the Mountain East Conference, just 4 flags for 32 yards. And their 43-0 loss to Shepherd. 1st and 10, ball in the 28. Here's a give right up the middle, and Lee will drag a defender over the 30 out to the 32-yard line. And tackled on that play by Cody Good. Sheed, I think he hit on something key there in that opening quarter. These Glenville coaches, they're picking up the tempo now. They know that they're starting to wear down this undersized Wesleyan defensive front. Snap and a give. Healthy diet of Lee. Lee trying to shake out of an ankle tackle. He cannot. Give credit to Carell Mack, the linebacker, just hung on and waited for help to get over there and get Lee down, a guy that's not easy to tackle at the 32-yard line. Pick up a yard, 3rd down and long.
And that's encouraging for the Wesleyan defensive coaches. You have a swarming defense. You want to get all 11 hats to the football and try to corral this guy and don't let him break one.
Possession down here. Glenville has not faced many 3rd downs in this game. As a matter of fact, this is the first one. Here's a snap back. Steele. Pressure comes, and he's dropped back at the 24-yard line. Late blitz, and they got him coming through as Mike Savage, senior linebacker, experienced guy from Baltimore, Maryland, came on the late blitz and right up the gut gets Steele wrestled down.
It almost looked like there was some miscommunication there. It looked like the center slipped a little bit. But nonetheless, Wesleyan coming up with the sack. Good play for them.
All right, punt team is on. Tanner Wright. 13 punts, 34-yard average a year ago. He's standing back at the 10-yard line. Here's a snap, and here comes the punt. Good high spiraling kick, good coverage kick. Fair catch is forced and taken by Zach Shademan at the 33-yard line. That's where Wesleyan will take over. So a win for Wesleyan's defense after they were reeling a bit in that opening quarter. They get off the field, give their offense a chance here midway through the 2nd quarter.
And in this situation, I'm sure Coach Shell would like to get some points on the board. You're starting to wind down and get into a halftime. You want to get these guys in sync, because when you come out in the second half, you're going to have to keep that momentum rolling. So it'll be good for Wesleyan to try to get points on the board here.
Yeah, already a 300-yard offensive night nearing for Glenville here tonight with 12:51 to play in the 2nd quarter, 27-14. Take a break. This is Mountain East Conference Football Game of the Week from Metro News.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi with your invitation to join us every night for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line. If it's happening in West Virginia in its sports, then we'll talk about it. So join us here nightly at 6:06 for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line.
They say a photograph is worth 1,000 words. We say it's worth a whole lot more than that. Dear National Guard, are you up to it? It's up to you.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future. Find your passion at West Virginia State University.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi with your invitation to join us every night for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line. If it's happening in West Virginia in its sports, we'll talk about it. So join us here nightly at 6:06 for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line.
Travis Jones along with Rasheed Marshall, 12:51 to play until halftime, 27-14. Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan. And George Shell, third year head coach in Buchanan and West Virginia Wesleyan. We mentioned the many ties from this Wesleyan and Glenville program back to WVU. George Shell, an excellent holder for the Mountaineer football team, lettered from 2002 through 2005. Held for some great Mountaineer kickers, including Brad Cooper. And Rasheed, we talk about the importance of special teams, from kickers to punters to guys that can cover. Holder, that's an unsung hero and a guy that you really don't notice until they graduate and you have to get a new one.
And he was the most prideful player at that position. He prided himself on no bot snaps, getting the ball down, because that was his job.
He has become a very good offensive coach, defensive coordinator at Charleston prior to taking the West Virginia Wesleyan job. Right now his offense is on the field. Handoff to Anderson, huge hole, he cuts it back, and a nice open field tackle made at the 40-yard line to limit that to what could have been a big gain for Anderson, and getting him down was Fitz Mofor, the freshman linebacker from Brookville, Maryland. A lot of Maryland natives pepper both these rosters. Second down, 3. Anderson gets it again, sweeping wide left. This time he's going to be hit. They didn't wrap. Anderson, first down, 45 out to the 47-yard line. Little bowling ball.
Great second effort right there. Very good lower body strength. I actually thought he was going to go down on a first impact, but he kept those legs turning and moved this first down sticks.
A wide sweep from Anderson that time. And the defender came up, tried to wrap him, but Settles just couldn't get his arms around him. And Anderson, another positive first down for West Virginia Wesleyan. Bobcats moving the football, 12:05 remaining until halftime, trailing 27-14. All right, Casey does a check with me. Make sure everybody gets the play call. There's a snap back, Casey. Quick throw. Pass is hauled in along the sideline and dropped. Across the way is Marcus Smith at the 46-yard line. After that pass catch, or make that Ross Kim, pulled that one in, the senior from Westchester, PA. Nice little pickup of 6 yards. Keep the defense honest there.
And Wesleyan is showing some tempo here, so it's exciting to see this offense starting to pick up.
Second down, 4, ball on the 46-yard line. Snap back to Casey. He clutches, now throws down the line. Pass is caught and getting spun down near the lead stick was the receiver, Marcus Smith. And Smith will move the sticks. So ball to the 41-yard line. Just safe throws, high percentage throws for Luke Casey, and allowing the wide receivers to make plays and get that yards after catch. And Wesleyan is getting just enough to move the sticks.
And as you said, very safe. It turns into a wide receiver sweep.
Fully loaded shotgun, 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Casey's ready, snap back, and here's a give to English. Looks for the cutback lane, it's not there. And English is going to be wrestled down on the play as Antonio Williams made the tackle for Glenville. He's a freshman, defensive lineman. Ton of young talent in both these rosters.
I really like what I'm seeing out of Glenville State defensive line. These guys show a lot of energy, very high motor guys.
The guys really all look the same. They've got about the same stature and that lower body strength. This time they jump into the neutral zone, and we'll get a encroachment penalty going to be called on Glenville State. Looked like the right defensive end may have hopped in there. So good job by Casey to bring him across with his cadence.
Offside by the defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That was Alex Robinson, who went out of the game earlier with cramps. He's back in there. And Robinson went first, and Demetrius Lofton followed. Second down, 7 after the 5-yard walk-off. Rogowski lines up near side. Schottenman's in the slot. Twins to the far side of the field on second down, 7. Casey's ready. Snap back to him. Inside, give Anderson, and he gets clotheslined at the 39-yard line. Robinson again factoring in on that play along with Ian Andrews.
Great push again. It's just a one-on-one, man-on-man battle right there. And Andrew just came through and made the solo play.
Yeah, got him with the old meat hook right around the neck. All right, Anderson, tough guy, gets up. He's fine. 3rd and 8. And for Wesleyan, this might be 2 plays to get 8 yards here. Kind of a no man's land at the 39-yard line. Trailing 27-14. Snap to Casey. He pumps, he rolls, breaks contain. He's looking downfield, directing traffic, and he's hit late and sacked at the 48-yard line. So Casey hung on just a tad bit too late as he takes the big loss, and now Wesleyan will have no decision to make here. They'll be forced to punt the football.
And as a young quarterback in that situation, you'll learn in the future, you feel that pressure, you're in trouble. Don't try to make too much of that play. Just try to get rid of that ball, throw it away, and save your team another down to live for.
Yeah, that internal clock sometimes for the freshman hasn't quite developed. And Mofor came through as Casey kept the play alive to his credit, but didn't get rid of it in time. All right, punt team on for Wesleyan. Again, the first one was a shank. And that's Bolin again. This one he gets a hold of a little bit better. Low kick. It's going to be a coverage kick. And Wesleyan bats that ball inside the 5-yard line and will be downed at the 3. So great job by the Bobcat special teams unit with 8:19 remaining until halftime to get that ball down at the 2-yard line. 8:19 to play until halftime, 27-14. This is Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
I decided I was going to get my degree online, but didn't know where to go. I wanted the flexibility of taking classes online, but I also wanted the advantages of being on campus. Then I heard about Notre Dame College in Cleveland. It's right in my own backyard. Now I can get the best of both worlds, affordable online programs and campus support. With Notre Dame Online, I have a personal advisor and teachers who are available over the internet or in person. Who else does that? Notre Dame College is globally recognized with an inspiring 90-year educational record that employers are very familiar with. And that's good for me and my career. And there's no shortage of alumni who have some very impressive distinctions and salaries. Whether face-to-face, online, or a combination of both, Notre Dame College is the perfect fit for me. And it's right here in my own backyard.
Get more information about undergrad and graduate degree programs. Log on to NotreDameDegree.com. NotreDameDegree.com.
Got a good game here going. 8:19 remaining until halftime. Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan 27-14. And be sure to join us next Thursday night on the Metro News Radio and Television Network for the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week. We'll be at Duval-Rozier Field in Fairmont as the West Liberty Hilltoppers fresh off their upset win over Concord over the weekend. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock from the Friendly City. backed up deep in their own end zone. Here's a handoff, and running off the left side and cutting back is Tevin Drake. And he'll bring the ball out to the 7-yard line. So nothing fancy there. Inside give to Drake. And boy, it's nice to have Drake as a change-up back. He's a bigger stature, 6 foot 215, as opposed to Lee, who's 6 foot 190. And he runs well with his pads.
Nice surge, good push. Continue to give that offense some cushion to work with.
Gain of 6 on first down. Second down, 4. Ball in the 8. Power pistol broken to the right. Quick pass down the line, and Steele with his first misfire of the night. As he threw that one wide of the intended target, Dante Absher. That's Steele's second incompletion of the night. Now 6 of 8 throwing the football.
It's a little too much heat on that.
A big down here for this offense and Wesleyan's defense. 3rd down and 4. Ball on the 8-yard line. Bobcats trying to flip the field. 7:43 remaining until halftime. Wesleyan needs the ball back. They're down 27-14. Here's a pass. Nice clear out. Absher makes the catch over the 20. He's loose. 25 and shoved out in the Wesleyan bench out near the 28-yard line. Well-designed play. They ran a guy deep, Rashid, and that cleared out, left that area vacated for Absher, and Absher had plenty of room to work.
Right, that's a simple play. You want to get outside of that cornerback on the outside to get outside of his vision, because you do have that out route coming underneath. Good athletic ability in the open field by Absher.
Reggie Ware late to recover on that pass, and a big 3rd down conversion for Glenville. Now Steele, play action again. He's back, pumps, fakes, fires to the near sideline. Absher makes another leaping catch. It'll be ruled a catch at the 33-yard line. And we do have a flag down back in the pocket area of where Steele threw that one. So the officials will sort this out. Absher's catch, his forward progress, was ruled at the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 if they don't tack more yardage onto this after the play. Here's the call from downstairs.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 33. 15-yard penalty to be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
First personal foul penalty of the game on this Wesleyan defensive front. And that was a killer, because you had an opportunity to get off the field and give your offense pretty decent field position. But now, after that nice pass completion, way late on the quarterback that time, Steele almost 2 steps the defender took. A great catch by Absher. Out near midfield, Steele, play action, throws it down the line, tipped and nearly intercepted by the linebacker on that side. A leaping attempt made by Caleb Baston from Damascus, Maryland.
That was a great job by him. He get his hands up, and as a defensive end, outside linebacker, you're taught to get your hands up on those quick throws because you know something fast is coming. So you want to get your hands up, and he batted it down.
Baston working on the senior right tackle from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and got into the air before Hill could get into his chest. Incompletion, 2nd down, 10. 7:08 to play until halftime. Broken eye right. Here's a turn and a give, and that's Drake. Drake finds a hole. Takes it to the Wesleyan 45, and he'll stop and be dropped at the 41-yard line near the lead stick.
As a defensive coordinator for Wesleyan, this is what drives you crazy, because just like that, now Glenville's marching. They gave him some yards. You just can't get in that situation with an offense that's already moving the football.
Holding by the offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, it's by the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Yeah, the aforementioned Leon Hill trying to secure the edge over there for Drake to get around, and got caught holding. So Glenville's offense will be backed up to the 40-yard line. That would have wiped out a first down run, or did wipe out a first down run for Tevin Drake. And we're ready. 6:50. Clock stopped. 27-14. We close in on halftime. Glenville on top. Started with a ton of offensive fireworks, and now we've kind of settled in here. Defenses have gotten their footing. Here's a crank and throw. Absher makes the catch. 20, 15. Absher on the run to the 10, to the corner, dives to the pylon, and he's going to be ruled out at the 2-yard line on that dive. Beautiful throw from Sean Steele. Again, the play action froze the defensive backfield, and running free was Absher in the secondary, and it's a 1st and goal for the Pioneers.
And Travis, you said it, beautiful throw. It doesn't get any better than this. Very soft seam throw, and that's a really hard throw. So to drop that in there, good route by Absher to get outside of that defensive back vision and make the catch.
Nate Simmons touchdown saving tackle, 1st and goal. Shotgun, pistol, power to the right, turn, and here's a give off the right side, and that's Lee, and he'll topple to the goal line, and they'll say his knee hit just inside the 1. So going to be just short. Lee looking for the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. And Glenville will have to run a 2nd down and goal play from just inside the 1-yard line as we tick under 6 minutes to play here until halftime. 27-14, Glenville on top. Bring a fullback into the backfield now. It's Jake Harper. High formation, crabbing motion, and Steele gets tripped up, but may have had the nose guard off sides. I think that pushed the center, Dupree, back into the quarterback just ahead of the snap.
Start by the offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty. Remain 2nd down.
Well, that was the crabbing motion that I described from Harper, the tight end, but the official ruled that he turned upfield ahead of the snap. Of course, you can go parallel to the line of scrimmage. There's Harper. That's a tough call there. Looked like Harper was still moving to his right when the ball was snapped. All right, this opens up the playbook a little bit here. 2nd down goal from the 6-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by West Virginia Wesleyan's defense. So got a look they didn't like. That included Absher in single coverage here on the near side. So first called timeout of the 1st half for West Virginia Wesleyan. 27-14 is our score. This weekend in the Mountain East Conference, this is a kickoff game, of course, to a very busy weekend in the league. Got a couple of key games here this weekend, including Concord and Fairmont State. How do the Mountain Lions, who fell in the rankings, how do they bounce back at home coming off a Mountain East Conference title a year ago and a trip to the Division II semifinals? Concord at home to Fairmont State at noon at Callahan Stadium down in Athens coming up on Saturday. The other game I'm interested to watch is this West Virginia State football team scored 59 points back on Thursday. This is an offense that scored only 160-plus points all of last year, and they look retooled and look very good. John Anderson's done an excellent job with that program, and they are set to host a Urbana team that was shut out last week. So State, very good possibility they could move to 2-0 on the young season here in the Mountain East Conference, a team that was picked low in the preseason standings. 2nd down, goal to go from the 6-yard line. 5:23 to play until halftime. Back to the I formation. Short drop. It's going to be a fade into the end zone. Absher couldn't locate the ball. Falls incomplete, as Anderson was defending on the play, and just miscommunication there. Absher turned over the wrong shoulder, Rashid.
That's a very hard throw to make. For one, it's a very low percentage throw, and then he was looking for it over the outside shoulder. Sean Steele threw it to the inside shoulder.
Well, what a win this would be for Wesleyan's defense to hold them to 3 and keep this a 2-possession game, closing in on halftime. 5:20 left in the 2nd quarter. Pioneers will put twins out wide, single receiver to the top of the formation. Drake is in there as a sidecar to Steele. Now they're going to motion. Lee, flip it to him. Lee stopped, dropped at the 7. Great containment by West Virginia Wesleyan. First on the scene was Alexis Humphreys, junior from Macon, Georgia, transfer from Howard University. And here comes the field goal team for Glenville State.
And I consider this a win in Wesleyan's favor, The last thing you want for them is to go up and get up 7 more points right before halftime. So for them to hold Glenville to a field goal, that's a win by Wesleyan.
Tanner Wright is on. 24-yard field goal at the post to the left. Snap is high again. Hold is down successfully, and the kick is up, and it's good for Wright. So he put it right through there, and a great job again by the holder to get that one down. Tchaikovsky on a high snap, pass back 30-14 with 4:38 remaining. We mentioned a lot of familiar faces on the sidelines here. We mentioned George Shell, and also over here on the Glenville sideline, first-year wide receivers coach Ryan Nealon doing an outstanding job of coaching his guys up, and a guy you've known since he was a tot, Rashid.
That's right, Ryan. I pretty much watched this guy grow up. I shared the story. 2004 Gator Bowl, we're playing ping pong. He actually kicked my butt on the table. And over the years, just seeing this guy grow up, I mean, it's amazing to see him out here coaching these guys today.
Well, stick to quarterbacking, buddy.
I'll get a rematch one day.
No career in ping ponging for you. Yeah, great job for Ryan Nealon. I know his grandfather, Don Nealon, very proud of his grandson. And he's followed in Grandpa's coaching footsteps. 4:38 remaining until halftime, 30-14, 16-point lead. But still manageable for this Wesleyan offense that has been impressive tonight. Really, you would not have known that this team struggled last week offensively. Mike Anderson already 94 yards rushing on the night, 7 yards per carry. And here's a return over the 25, head of steam to the 30, resistance met, and finally shoved out of bounds out near the 35-yard line. Maurice Williams, backup running back on that kickoff return, is stopped at the 34, and that's where Wesleyan will take over, 1st and 10.
So if I was George Shell here, I would go into my 4-minute offense. I still want to stay in that attack mode, but you want to try to keep the ball away from Glenville State and at least get into halftime with the score remaining 30-14.
All right, 4:30 in which to work. Wesleyan does have 2 timeouts, down by 16. All right, Casey is ready. Shotgun, dual sidecars. Snap is back, fakes it to Anderson. He looks down the field. He's going to crank and fire. Wide open. Pass caught midfield, across the 44-yard line and tripped up. I'll say he stepped out at the 45. It was Jamal Myrick, redshirt junior from Baltimore, Maryland, his first catch of the season, and he was wide open. Had plenty of time for Casey to throw that one.
You mentioned it. Plenty of time. Great throw. You still want to try to get that out to the sideline. And for that receiver, you try to get out of bounds, stop that clock.
4:15 and it's rolling, but down to the 45 of Glenville State. And in the neutral zone is Wesleyan. Free play. Casey recognizes it, throws it down the center of the field. He's got Shadowman, and the pass is going to be broken up beautifully at the 5-yard line on that freebie. As coming over was Aaron Settles to turn what would have been just a 5-yard offsides penalty into a big gainer for West Virginia Wesleyan. Got an injured Glenville player back up the field as well.
Somewhat of a dangerous throw. I feel like he just kind of chucked that up there. It's a good effort by the receiver. You want to try to high point that football and not let the defensive back get to it before you.
Yeah, you mentioned that. We saw that in the Ohio State-Virginia Tech game the other night. Quarterback anticipated an offsides penalty, but it never came. And he thought he had a free play and threw the interception. So you've got to be very sure, right, Rashid, as a quarterback, that flag's going to come in.
Right. You can never anticipate that because sometimes the ref may miss it. And in that situation, for Ohio State, they were unfortunate that it was an interception, not a free play.
Ian Andrews is the player shaken up on the play. He's been active tonight from his linebacker position, or actually defensive end, Beltsville, Maryland. So 5-yard walk-off takes it down to the 40-yard line. 1st and 5 with 4:04 to play. Again, the Bobcats have 2 timeouts. They trail 30-14 on the road at Morris Stadium in Glenville. Trips wide to the right. Shotgun sidecar to the right. Casey's ready. Snap back, and he fakes it to Anderson. Jump pass over the middle. Pass caught. Shadowman again, and he's going to be ripped down at the 32-yard line. What a nice little pitch and catch. Pickup of 8 yards and a first down for West Virginia Wesleyan.
Yeah, nice, easy possession receiver right there. Reception, excuse me. Continue to keep the chains moving. Still try to put points up on the board before halftime.
Yeah, I think that George Shell's found his quarterback. This Casey kid looks very calm, collective. Done a great job engineering this offense in the first half. Snap to Casey. This time he'll stick it in the belly of Anderson, and he'll try to turn it back across the grain. It gets tripped up as he gets to the 30-yard line. Gain of a couple for Mike Anderson. Again, preseason, second-team All-American by USA College Football Network a year ago. And Anderson gets Wesleyan up to 200 yards of total offense on the night. And Wesleyan's defense has done a very good job here in the second quarter. Glenville was closing in on 300 yards of total offense in the opening quarter, and they've held that to around 70. Snap back to Casey. Throws late over the middle, has a receiver in the end zone, and it's over the head of the leaping intended target in the front end of the end zone, trying to hook up with Anthony Okray. And that falls incomplete. Well defended on the play as well. And Casey a little high on that throw.
A little high on that throw. But I'm not against the play call. I like it. You want to take a shot. Don't let Glenville think that you are going to lay down right before halftime. Keep them honest. I like the play call. Take a shot down the field.
All right, 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 30. Wesleyan at least trying to get into field goal range here. Would be a 47-yard attempt if they don't pick up another yard. Snap back to Casey. Here comes late pressure. He's in trouble. Now he breaks contain. There's a flag down. Casey horse collared at the 26, and that's going to be another flag. So we'll have offsetting flags here, most likely a holding on Wesleyan back in the pocket. And then Casey got horse collared and tackled at the 26-yard line. Let the officials sort this out here with 2:35 remaining until halftime. Here's what
there are two fouls on the play. Personal foul, hands to the face by the defense, number 91. Penalty is declined. Personal foul, horse collar tackle by the defense, number 91. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's not a hold in the tackle box. Instead, that was illegal hands to the face on the defensive lineman of Glenville State. So this will be a big walk-off here for West Virginia Wesleyan's offense.
With a bonus for Wesleyan. Now they need to capitalize on this penalty. And again, you want to still attack and try to get into that end zone.
Wesley March just got his hands up too high on Casey and tried to pull him down. Wasn't intentional. March just trying to get a hold of any piece of cloth he could as Casey was flashing by. Sets Wesleyan up. 1st and 10, ball on the 12-yard line. 2:17 in which to work. Fully loaded shotgun. Here's a give to the short side of the field. Anderson, and he puts his foot in the turf and turns it up. Takes it inside the 10, down to the 9.
I like this aggressive play calling by Wesleyan. Again, they're not laying down. Get that surge that you had early in the first quarter, late into the first quarter, going into the second. Get those Glenville defensive linemen pushed back.
And if you're Wesleyan, you want to score, but not leave too much time. We're down to 1:47. 2nd down and 5 from the 9-yard line. Casey walks along the offensive line and barks instructions. Now he's ready. Snap back to Casey. He looks, rolls out to the wide side of the field, throws against his body. He's got a receiver in the middle of the end zone. Zach Shadowman makes the catch for the Wesleyan touchdown.
Great play, great poise. That play reminds me exactly what we saw on the opposite end of the field. Very gutsy throw. You never want to throw back across your body. Shadowman, a good possession receiver. Way to concentrate, make the catch. You have your team on the board right before halftime.
Casey fires a strike. It's 30-20. And Wesleyan goes that swinging gate. Now they'll bring the trips to the wide side of the fields back into a tight formation for the extra point attempt from Nick Banta. Freshman at the post to the right. Trying to get this back to a 9-point game. Snap. And that kick is up. No good. Missed it. Had great pressure off the edge and may have thrown Banta off and rushed the kick a bit, as Javon Webster was one of the Pioneers that came free off the corner. So Wesleyan gets 6 points out of that drive. 6 plays, 66 yards, 2:59 off the clock. Leaves Glenville, 1:31 remaining and 3 timeouts.
So same situation offensively for Wesleyan. they're now in defensively. Keep Glenville off of the board before halftime. You have to still play aggressive defense. Don't let down, because I'm pretty sure Glenville will try to put this ball into the end zone.
Look here at the Mountain East Conference preseason football poll. Mentioned the Shepherd football team, preseason number 2. They and Concord battled for the league championship a year ago. Shepherd picking up a win over West Virginia Wesleyan in week 1. Concord upset on the road at West Liberty. Really got to watch the midsection of this league. Notre Dame was the surprise team in the league a year ago. They were picked near the bottom of the conference and had an outstanding season. Wesleyan in the midsection of the poll with 42 points in the preseason poll. But this a big year for the Mountain East Conference. They hope to get 2 teams into the Division II regional playoffs for the first time in WVIAC Mountain East Conference history. Big kickoff return, bringing the ball over the 35 and knocked out in the bench area, and a late flag comes in along the sideline after that kickoff return by Ramon Lee. So we'll check the flag. But again, Glenville, plenty of time, 1:22 and 3 timeouts. So if they get field position out of this, they'll start thinking aggressively.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, return team number 88, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now you talk about Glenville, Rashid, and they've done a lot of good things right tonight, but they've committed a lot of post-possession penalties.
Right, and those are the things that need to be discussed at halftime. You never want to shoot yourself in the foot and have self-inflicted penalties like that, because it's going to hurt you in the long run.
9th flag, 132 yards in this first half on Glenville State. Wesleyan's been penalized 4 times for 55 yards. So how does Hutchinson and his offensive staff call this now with 1:22 to play? Longer field. They have the ball at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10, but those 3 timeouts. Steele, shotgun sidecar to the right, trips to the wide side of the field, snap back to Steele, wants to get rid of it quick. Now he's being chased and just flips it to the sideline. No receiver in the area, but was he out of the tackle box? He did get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. And the head of the crew looks over and says, everything copacetic? It is, no flag, 2nd down 10.
And that's a safe play. You get outside the tackle box, get rid of it, make sure it's across the line of scrimmage.
Jock Simon had heat in the kitchen that time. Steele, 2nd and 10, same formation, trips wide. Lee's in the backfield. Steele fakes it, quarterback run over the 25-30, and he's chased, takes out the lead stick, and there comes a flag, 2 flags. Steele gets up, and looks like he may have a little bit of a limp as he comes back to the Glenville huddle. Again, a post-play foul upcoming in the bench area.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 13 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Reggie Ware hit Steele late, chasing him, got off a block, and just Ware not recognizing where he was on the field. He was clearly in the white area on the sideline.
Starting to see a lot of penalties as this game increases.
1st and 10, ball out to the 48-yard line of Glenville. Here's a give, and Lee's bottled up in the backfield. So Steele on that read play kept it in the belly of Lee, made the defensive end commit, handed it to Lee, but a great job by the defensive end as he covered both the quarterback and the running back and makes the stop. Timeout, Glenville State. Their first charge timeout of the first half will stop the clock with 54 seconds remaining until halftime. 30-20, Pioneers leading Wesleyan by 10.
So Glenville has 2 options here. They're either going to come out, try to sit on the ball, just get into halftime safely, or if they try to get into field goal range, they're going to work the outsides, all right? They want to work out routes. They want to work hook routes to try to utilize that outside, out of bounds line and use their timeouts to get in field goal position.
2 timeouts remaining. But again, an opportunity here with those 2 timeouts to use the field as well. 54 seconds remaining until halftime. And don't forget, fans, you can keep up to date with all the goings on in the Mountain East Conference. Just visit the conference website, mountaineast.org. Statistical information of all Mountain East Conference sports is just a click away, mountaineast.org. Pioneers 54 seconds in which to work here, leading by 10, 30-20. Just a typical night at the office in this league. Lots and lots of points. Shotgun sidecar, snap back to Steele. Here comes pressure. He rolls out, breaks contain, and will scoot out of bounds. Officials will say stepped out at the 48-yard line, so got back close to the line of scrimmage. And it only cost Steele just a few seconds, too, on the clock. 47.6 now. And got out of bounds. It's 3rd and 10. Good job by Steele. He's not a high-risk guy. Doesn't throw a lot of bad passes, as evidenced by his completion percentage last year. Throws late over the middle. Pass caught. Absher had plenty of cushion, and he'll step out of bounds. First down at the 39-yard line. So Wesleyan beaten in the opening quarter by Absher deep. Rashid gave him a ton of cushion here on that crossing route.
That was a great route by him. He stayed flat on the out cut break. Great ball by Sean Steele, who put it where no one else could get to it except Absher.
1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. Clock frozen, 42.9 to play. Snap back, Steele, 4-man rush. Throws late again, and his receiver wasn't out of the break. And that pass will sail by him and fall incomplete, trying to hit Ramon Lee on a wheel route out of the backfield, and the pass falls incomplete.
And I'm not sure if they were trying to throw a back shoulder throw. That's where you basically aim for the outside shoulder as the receiver heads upfield, and it's up to the receiver, in that case Lee, to get around, make the catch, and get out of bounds.
At 39.3 now. 2nd down, 10. And Steele is going to be a hold as Steele runs 35-30, 25-20, and he's taken out the 15-yard line, but one of the defenders from Wesleyan who was rushing in on Steele got hog-tied and pulled down in the backfield, and that'll come back on a holding penalty. So double whammy on that one, because not only do they lose the run, but they also lose the time. Richard Sloan, the senior right guard from DC.
10-yard penalty. We play 2nd down.
Caught on that hold.
I mentioned a little bit ago, you're starting to see a lot of penalties. As the game goes on, your body starts to fatigue, your body gets tired. So you do things that aren't really, not characteristic as a player. You grab jerseys, you do things outside of the playing rules, and this is what causes penalties.
All right, 2nd down, 20, back to the 49-yard line of Glenville State, probably thinking field goal now, with 2 timeouts remaining. Here comes a middle screen, pass pulled in, that's Lee. Lee picks up some downfield blocking, takes it inside the 35 down to the 33, clock rolling, timeout taken by Glenville with 22.6 seconds to play. And that is timeout number 2 on Glenville. Have 1 left with 22.6 seconds to play.
So you still have another opportunity if you're Glenville State. Continue to push, try to get that ball placed in the middle of the field and make it easy on your field goal kicker if that's the route you do choose to take.
Tanner Wright 0 for 1 on the season on field goal attempts. Probably not thinking right yet, 33-yard line, so this would be in the area of 51, 52-yard kick. Should Glenville go that route with 22.6 seconds to play. Let's just stay with us on the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week halftime show. Again, we'll be visited by both the presidents of Glenville State and West Virginia Wesleyan. Coming up to the break, we'll have halftime stats and lots more on a college football night in central West Virginia. Beautiful Morris Stadium. Rain is held off. And this Glenville and Wesleyan offenses have put on a show. 50 points combined here in the first half. Glenville looking for more with 22.6 seconds to play. Right out of the timeout. Down is 3rd and 4. So Glenville working against the down marker and the clock at this point. Shotgun set for Steele. Dupree ready to snap it off. Snap is back. Steele pumps, fires over the middle, passes hauled in, 16-yard line with a flag down. And we'll check the flag. Jeremy Brown with his first catch of the night, senior from Coral Springs, Florida, transfer from Samford. And we'll see what the penalty turns out to be.
Holding by the defense.
Defensive holding.
Penalty is declined. Play results in a first down.
So Brown made the catch, and he was also being held ahead of the catch by DeVaris Anderson. So Glenville's got to hurry, get on the ball. The clock will start when the chains are ready. It's at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 15 seconds, it's rolling. Snap back to Steele. Steele looks, throws late corner route. Absher on a comebacker, and a pass is broken up, incomplete in the back of the end zone. Coverage back there by Derek Wright and Anthony Robinson. And just a tad bit underthrown that time by Steele.
Still want to try to get that ball in the back corner of the end zone. Right there, that throw was underthrown. No way for Absher to get to it. So you want to try to get some air under it and get it to the back corner of the end zone.
All right, 8.5 seconds to play. Again, Glenville has a timeout, so a run is a possibility here, a quick run, and get the called timeout if they don't get in. Steele's back, looks left, again fade into the end zone. Brown being held, flag comes in. Pass falls incomplete. Grabbed Brown by the jersey that time. And that was DeVaris Anderson. And again, the foul occurred in the end zone. We'll see if it's defensive holding or pass interference.
Pass interference by the defense. Number 7. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
All right, so interesting situation here. 4.6 seconds to play. Ball goes to the 2. Glenville has a timeout. They already have their field goal unit out there.
And what Glenville missed out on, had Sean Steele made that exact same throw on that last play, they would have came up with a touchdown.
All right, extra point distance field goal for Tanner Wright. Try to take this back to a 13-point lead. High snap goes over the holder's head. Loose ball picked up by Wesleyan and tackled at the 22-yard line. And that was Tavares Anderson, who was penalized on the pass interference. He picks up the errant snap back. Glenville leaves points on the field. And we'll head to the locker room with a 10-point lead at 30-20 here at the break. So that snap just high and hard, and the holder could not get his hands on it. Jaworski had to go through his fingertips and just could not come up with it. So entertaining first half of football, a lot of mistakes, a lot of offense in that first half of play. And these two teams will head to the locker room. 10-point gap between them. Glenville State on top of West Virginia Wesleyan, 30-20. 10-point lead for the Pioneers here at home. Invite you to stay tuned. We'll have more coming up. The Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News with the score 30-20. Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
Founded in 1872, Glenville State College is the only 4-year college in Central West Virginia. But we are unquestionably the best small public liberal arts college in the country. Come visit us in person or online and see our new Waco Center with its Land Resources Department and sports facilities, as well as our new student housing and updated science labs. Come to Glenville and see why Glenville State College is where you belong.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year one, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission, providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Back at halftime here at Morris Stadium in Glenville. 10-point lead, 30-20 is the halftime score as Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan. Travis Jones along with Rasheed Marshall. And Rasheed saw a little everything in that first half. A lot of offense, second quarter controlled by the defense, some special teams mistakes. Very entertaining first half.
A lot of offensive firepower on both ends. It's going to be very important as this game goes along. We saw a lot of penalties toward the end of the half. Both of these teams are going to have to regain composure at halftime, eliminate those self-inflicted penalties, come out and try to execute.
How do you size up the play of these quarterbacks in the first half? Sean Steele, as he has been throughout his career, I thought very steady. And the freshman had some spots, too, for Wesleyan.
I really like what I saw out of both guys. For Luke Casey, he needs to learn to throw the ball away in certain situations. Sean Steele, very sharp. Again, both guys continue to execute and lead your guys.
Yeah, big night for Ramon Lee. Becomes the school's all-time leading rusher here tonight in that first half of play. Knew he was a weapon coming in and a guy that Wesleyan will have to account for in the second half.
He's very exciting to watch, very exciting. I heard a lot about him coming in, and for Wesleyan, they're going to have to bottle him up. He shows he's very explosive in the open field and he can break one at any given moment.
30-20, the halftime score, 10-point lead for Glenville State here at the break. Very entertaining week number one in the Mountain East Conference. Take a look at the Player of the Week honors and a game that, Rasheed, you saw last week. Joey Augustine from University of Charleston, just a huge game receiving the football. 4 touchdown catches. He set a Mountain East Conference record, also set a University of Charleston record in their big win over Notre Dame College.
Very fun to watch, very electric. When this guy gets in the open field, you get the ball to him and let him be an athlete just like he is.
Also, Defensive Player of the Week was Garrett Volcano. What a great name for a linebacker. Volcano from West Liberty. He had 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a fumble recovery, recovered a block punt for a touchdown in the Hilltoppers' 29-28 win against then number 9 ranked Concord. Special Teams Player of the Week last week in the Mountain East Conference, a game winner for West Liberty. Christian Morris nailed a 32-yard field goal with 16 seconds remaining in the game from 40 yards out to send the Hilltoppers to that 29-28 win over Concord. A big thrill for the freshman from Orlando, Florida. So our halftime score here at the break, Glenville State leading West Virginia Wesleyan by 10, 30-20. More halftime festivities coming up from Morris Stadium. After this timeout, today's halftime is presented by the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility.
They say a photograph is worth 1,000 words. We say it's worth a whole lot more than that. Dear National Guard, are you up to it? It's up to you.
Whether you want to compete as an athlete or cheer from the stands, Concord has a place for you. If you're a veteran ready to use your GI benefits, Concord ranked number 3 in the nation for veterans by Military Times Edge magazine. If you started a degree but didn't finish, you may get credit for work, life, or military experience through our Regents Bachelor of Arts program. If you're looking for a quality school with quality programs, check us out at concord.edu.
A home for our heroes. That's what the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility in Clarksburg offers. Personal, compassionate care in a state-of-the-art facility that includes a licensed Alzheimer's unit, a chapel, access to secure gardens and porches, regular outings, recreational opportunities, and much more. No veteran is turned down due to finances. Maximum rates at the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility are a third of the national average. Visit veterans.wv.gov or call 866-WV-4VETS.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
Back at halftime in Morris Stadium in Glenville, 30-20 our halftime score. The host, Glenville State Pioneers, leading Wesleyan by 10 here at the break. Travis Jones, pleased to be joined by the presidents of these fine institutions in the booth with us. Peter Barr is here from Glenville State, also from West Virginia Wesleyan. Pamela Balch joins us in the booth here at halftime. And no, exciting night, great opportunity for both these institutions to expose the athletics and football fans of both programs.
Absolutely. It's an incredible opportunity for us. I mean, really, with the MEC being able to have this kind of exposure, Division II, it's a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, Dr. Barr, if you would talk about the facility improvements that have been done here. Earlier we talked about the beautiful Waco Center and also Absolutely. The facility improvements that have been done here at Morris Stadium.
The Morris Stadium, we've been incredibly lucky to have strong supporters, and certainly the Morris family is very important. But we have the new turf, we have the seats in the stadium, we have new facilities for beverages. It's an incredible opportunity, and the Waco Center is just an incredible thing. So we're very appreciative for all the facilities that we have.
Improvements at West Virginia Wesleyan as well. We certainly don't want to leave you out, President Balch. A lot of facility improvements there as well, and infrastructure improvements to the academic end.
We certainly have. Definitely the turf, the brand new turf is nice, and the path around that, the whole track. And we have brand new bleachers in our basketball, and the whole thing lifts everybody up in this conference.
Would give me a thought too on the academic end. We football guys concentrate on the athletic end, but these are student athletes. They come to these fine institutions to get a degree and to become successful people after football.
They do. We obviously are very important for retention. We want them to graduate. We want them to be successful. We want them to be a student first and an athlete second. And I think all of our coaches believe that strongly, as well as our athletic director.
Absolutely. Not only that, but I think that we have, with the smaller institutions, I think we have that hand-on, with the faculty and staff. They're very concerned that kids are successful. And I think we have a great offering for our students that we help them through their educational progress.
Yeah, and I think we all support them athletically and academically, and I think they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a great stage for them to be on, and certainly they're putting on a great show tonight. We thank you, Mose.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's a great opportunity.
Likewise.
Presidents from both these fine institutions, 10-point lead at halftime on the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
There's a lot to discover in college. But at West Virginia Wesleyan College, the most important thing you'll discover is yourself. Anytime you get together, perform together, or serve together, you'll be learning more about who you really are. West Virginia Wesleyan. Find your voice.
Get ready for the best 4 years of your life at West Liberty University, where a quality education and hands-on learning awaits you, where $5 million in scholarships and the metro rate makes a quality education possible, where living on campus, joining clubs, cheering for the Hilltoppers, and enjoying our beautiful campus give you the total college experience. It's all here at West Liberty University. Quality, affordable, total college experience.
One drop causes a ripple, and that ripple moves across the water, affecting the entire body. Much the same way, when our schools educate our children for high-tech new economy jobs, the effects flow through West Virginia. These technology-based businesses see we have a workforce ready to grow their industry, and they move here. Then our children get those jobs and stay here. Call your state legislator and ask, what are you doing to bring high-tech businesses to West Virginia? From the West Virginia High Technology Foundation.
Back at halftime, Morris Stadium in Glenville, 30-20 our halftime scores. The Glenville band entertaining the fans here. 10-point lead for the home team, the Pioneers of Glenville State. Pleased to be joined in the booth by the commissioner of the Mountain East Conference, Reed Amos. Reed, big night. Of course, this is our second week here on the network on our Game of the Week, but our first television broadcast, and just great exposure for this league.
Oh, no question. We are thrilled to be in the infancy of our partnership with Metro News Sports and West Virginia Radio. And Travis, we look at a night like tonight where it's the first time that we have video coverage tied with a radio network that I believe tonight is 16, 17 stations. This is unprecedented coverage for our institutions, and a pretty good game to boot. Very entertaining. Glenville more than 400 yards of total offense in the opening half. It's a great night for the Mountain East.
You talk about this league and where it is in its infancy. Very exciting time, and this league from the West Virginia Conference transitioning into the Mountain East Conference has always been known for basketball, but I think this league has made great strides offensively in just a short time.
Well, a lot of the basis conference-wide, not just in football or basketball, but in all 17 of our championship sports, was the idea if we could create a more competitive league that was based on institutions that had similar capacities to compete, similar budgets, similar goals, that we were going to have a very competitive product on the field, better for the fans, and a better experience for our student athletes. And then on top of that, whoever our best teams are in our sports, our hope would be that they could compete very highly at the regional and national level. And in just 2 years in the Mountain East Conference, we've had 2 teams play for national championships, unprecedented in the histories in Division II of the NCAA of our schools. Charleston in men's soccer, West Liberty in men's basketball, Concord in the Final Four in football last year. We hope it's just the beginning of a conference that's going to be able to compete at the national level and put a great product on the field.
Yeah, in week 1, we saw parity in the Mountain East Conference with the preseason #1 team Concord. So they go into week 2 now, taking on Fairmont State. West Liberty now is a team that you have to watch, is a team that may sneak into the upper echelon in the league. They've got a non-conference game coming up on Saturday, 1 o'clock against McKendree. But you look at some of these other teams, Shepherd, big win last week. That's a very entertaining game. They've got at noon against the University of Charleston on Saturday.
I believe very strongly that we're building a more competitive and deeper conference in football as well as many other sports. You take a look at that slate, and you're seeing a Concord that made the Final Four last year, Shepherd that just missed the playoffs, made it to the Final 8 the year before in the first year of the Mountain East Conference, and then a University of Charleston that's been right on the doorstep. They're close to the Shepherds and the Concords, and then throw in West Liberty pulling off the upset, outgaining Concord by 100 yards last week, and Notre Dame, which pulled off an upset against Shepherd last year, and that may have been what ultimately cost Shepherd a spot in the playoffs. Our group of institutions have never had 2 teams in the NCAA Division II football playoffs, even with Concord's loss in week 1, 2 teams in the national rankings. We think that there's a great shot for this to be the first year to have multiple teams in the postseason. We'll see how it turns out.
Coaches hate the dirty word parity. Commissioners love it. But
absolutely.
that's what we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And and certainly creates, and I didn't mention Glenville in that group of institutions that should be in the mix for a Mountain East Conference championship and a potential playoff bid, and how Glenville's looked in their first 2 weeks. They're a team to be reckoned with too. Wesleyan's much improved. I mean, top to bottom, there are no free passes in the Mountain East Conference, and in a conference office, that's what we like to see.
Absolutely. Commissioner, good to see you, buddy.
Pleasure.
Doing a great job.
Thanks, Travis.
Reed Amos, Mountain East Conference Commissioner, halftime here. 10-point lead. Glenville leading Wesleyan. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
Coming from a small town and a high school graduating class of just 30 students, I had no idea what to expect at college. What I found at Fairmont State are limitless possibilities. I'm the student government president. I work in the admissions office. I'm double majoring, and I have a great internship this year. I can really say my life changed here. I'm Mitch Moore. Fairmont State is helping me exceed my personal goals, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Getting ready for the start of the second half. Glenville leading West Virginia Wesleyan 30-20, our halftime score. Travis Jones along with Rasheed Marshall set for the second half. What an entertaining first half of play, particularly that opening quarter. Ton of points scored in quarter number one. Both of these offenses controlling the defenses. We got a big run from Mike Anderson from West Virginia Wesleyan. Ramon Lee became the all-time leading rusher in Glenville State football history in that first half. Both quarterbacks played extremely well, including the redshirt freshman Casey from West Virginia Wesleyan.
We saw a lot of offense, as you mentioned, Travis. But the thing going forward, which one of these teams can show the presence to continue that execution, the focus as the game goes on and your body begins to get tired?
Big first half rushing the football for Ramon Lee, including that touchdown run, 168 yards on just 9 carries. He's averaging 19 yards a carry. Had a big touchdown run, 72 yards, a little stop and go as he broke ankles on his way into the end zone.
And for Glenville State, it's going to be very important to continue to feed him the ball. That first half, he has been their workhorse, so get it in his hands and let him continue to go to work.
Glenville's defense, meanwhile, did a great job in the first half, but the second quarter really won by West Virginia Wesleyan's defense. We had some special teams jewels as well from the Wesleyan special teamers. That Wesleyan defense shut down Glenville and kept them off the board on their last 2 possessions of the second half of play. Big touchdown pass from Sean Steele, another very productive night for Steele. 207 yards passing, 1 touchdown, has been sacked once, and also has not thrown an interception. So good, entertaining half of football for both teams. Again, Casey throwing a touchdown pass to Shadaman over the middle. And Casey, a very solid first half and the first collegiate start in the Mountain East Conference. Taking a look at some of the first half numbers from this one for West Virginia Wesleyan and Glenville State. And we see that good passing performance from Luke Casey in that first half. 14 of 17, 140 yards, all a part of the 221 yards of total offense for West Virginia Wesleyan. But Well, how about Glenville State's offense? They're on pace for potentially a 900-yard night offensively. Right now on pace for 850, and great balance, too, with the run and pass.
Right. Sean Steele has been a great leader out there. He's being a field general as a quarterback should. He's going to have to keep these guys focused, continue to execute their offense.
All right, ready for the kickoff to start the second half. Glenville set to kick the ball into the air, and it's going to be returned at the 10-yard line over the 15, 20. Swinging to the near side, 25, and being escorted out on a return is 21, Maurice Williams.
Looks to be decent field position starting out for Wesleyan. We'll see what kind of drive they can put together.
So Wesleyan's offense out on the field. Down 10, 14:53 remaining, just underway here in the second half. Mentioned Mike Anderson over 100 yards rushing in the first half, 15 carries, 101 net, 6.7 yards per clip, and 1 touchdown. Zach Shadowman, 8 catches, 84 yards, and 2 scores. All right, Casey's ready. Snap is back, throws the pass down the line, and it's hauled in, turning up the field over the 35, out to the 40-yard line, and tackled at the 41 on that completion to Marcus Smith.
So we both talked to George Sellers this week. He said he was going to try to simplify things, and we can see the quick bubble screens out to the slot. Very simple plays, yet effective. You need to keep that block out there as that outside wide receiver to give your slot guys some room to run.
All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Snap back, and here's a give, and in trouble is Anderson. Tries to reverse ground. He stays alive, but he's going to be down at the 35-yard line. Design of the play was to the right, and the defense flowed well, had all the gaps controlled, and Anderson tried to cut it back after he got out of a high tackle attempt, but was tripped up. And if you're a running back and once you start moving laterally, you're a dead duck.
The impressive thing that I'm seeing out of Glenville State, their front 4 guys have been getting a lot of penetration. It's not like Glenville State is blitzing a lot of guys. It's their front 4 getting that push.
All right, 2nd down, 15. Shotgun sidecar to the right. Snap back to Casey. Here comes quick pressure. Throws it up the sideline, and a 50-50 ball pass caught. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone, and a touchdown on a jump ball. It's pulled in by Ross Kim, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
Those are the kind of explosive plays that you want as an offense. It's early in the second half. You get your guys rallied. For Luke Casey, good placement on the football, good concentration on the catch.
Yeah, Kim may have gotten away with a tiny push as that ball was coming in. The defender, Markeith Dews. But a great play by Casey. He had a defender bearing down on him, Alex Robinson. And Casey just threw it up and allowed his receiver, Kim, to make a play. And boy, did he ever. Snap back, hold down, kick is up. And the kick from Banta is good. So Wesleyan not going away. 13:36 to play here in the 3rd quarter. The big pass and run to Kim for the touchdown gets the Bobcats back on the board. 30-27. Glenville leads by 3. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
They say a photograph is worth 1,000 words. We say it's worth a whole lot more than that. Dear National Guard, are you up to it? It's up to you.
Use your gifts.
1, 2, 3, go!
Use your talents. Use your faith. Use your mind. Use your heart. Use your you. Wheeling Jesuit University, making a private Jesuit education affordable through merit-based scholarships.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year one, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
64-yard touchdown pass from Luke Casey to Ross Kim. 3-play, 71-yard drive, just a minute 17 off the clock. New ball game. West Virginia Wesleyan down by 3. We mentioned top of the broadcast, last 2 games in this series have been decided by a total of 3 points. That's the margin as Banta puts toe to leather, kick end over end. Going to come down at the 16-yard line. Swinging at the 15, giving ground and spun into a hard shot at the 18-yard line, and that shot applied by Emmanuel Mitchell on the return man for Glenville State, Quinn Thornton. And what a shot that was, and Thornton a little too much dancing there on that kickoff return. Finally spun back into the teeth of the defense, and there was Mitchell to apply a good legal shot.
Very nice shot by Mitchell there.
High pressure on the Glenville offense here. Glenville State has the ball, 1st and 10, ball on their own 18-yard line. 13:29 to play in the third quarter. 3-point game, 30-27. Handoff goes to Ramon Lee. He tries to shake out of a tackle. He cannot. Good job by the defender to hold him long enough to get some help. And that was Corell Mack who had him down around the leg. And Mack just waited for the white shirts to get there. Holds it to a 5-yard gain for Lee.
The interesting thing to watch is both teams come back out from halftime. How do coaches adjust?
Lee gets it again, same play. Feeding him the ball over the 30, 35, 40. Lee fumbles as he goes down at the 46. It's picked up by West Virginia Wesleyan. On the return is Justin Fortune, and he'll bring it over the 45 out to the 47. Flag down back at the 21. So that was back near the original line of scrimmage. So we'll check that flag, but if this stands, that's a fumble for Ramon Lee and a recovery for West Virginia Wesleyan.
Holding by the offense number 51. Penalty is declined. West Virginia Wesleyan's ball, 1st and 10.
So turnover on Glenville State as Lee, normally very sure-handed, got hit from behind, and that ball got knocked free. Came through a hole, turned it up the field. He got hit and stripped of the football from behind, and it looks as though it might have been Raymond Myers who got the strip of the football.
A lot of times as a ball carrier, fighting for extra yardage, your coaches, they teach you, tuck that ball away. You can continue to fight for the extra yardage. Make sure you protect the football, and in that case, Lee kind of had the ball away from his body. Great job by the Wesleyan defenders to knock it out.
Yep, second glance, it was Kevin Ferrone who got the strip, the defensive lineman from Silver Springs, Maryland. Turnover, Wesleyan, chance to take the lead, perhaps down by 3. 1st and 10, snap back, and Casey throws against his body to the sideline. Pass is caught, staying in bounds, and trying to get some yards after the catch is the receiver Marcus Smith, and he'll be ripped down at the 46-yard line. A positive gain of 8 on that play.
So earlier, right before that assignment, I talked about halftime adjustments. The coaches will see different things. So it's which team can exploit what they saw in the first half, let that carry over into the second, and try to get to some of those holes in the defense and try to get some points out of it.
Second turnover on Glenville State tonight. 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard completion. Casey's ready. Play clock winding inside of 5. He's going to take a sack. Faked it to the fullback, kept it, and Casey gets knocked down and dropped on the play. Tackled in the backfield by Ian Andrews.
Not quite sure what was going on with this play design. Looks like Casey went in the wrong direction.
Yeah, zone read. I don't think he had any intention at all to hand it off to the fullback. I think he was going to try to come back to the right. But immediately Andrews was in his face. Big loss there. It was 3rd down and 7. Now we're in a 3rd and 8. Or correction, 2nd and 7. 3rd and 8 now. Possession down. Ball at the 48-yard line. Snap back to Casey. It's low. Here comes pressure. Steps into the pocket, throws it over the middle late, and it's incomplete. Thrown just a little wide, but a catchable ball intended for Zach Shadowman over the middle. Would have been a 1st down. So Wesleyan cannot take advantage of the turnover, and they'll send the punt team on.
Shadowman usually a sure-handed receiver in that situation. Good hands on that one. You just want to continue to try to look it in, squeeze that ball, and move the chains for the 1st down.
Yeah, very catchable ball. Had 2 hands on it right over the middle, but it was in traffic. Snap is wide. Bowling controls it. He boots it. It's a low, ugly kick. Going to be returnable at the 16-yard line. Great special teams tackle inside the 15-yard line. And on that special teams play was A.C. Caldero, redshirt freshman from Bridgeport. Quarterback Bridgeport to a state championship 2 years ago. All right, Glenville with the ball back with 11:05 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 30-27. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
A home for our heroes. That's what the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility in Clarksburg offers. Personal, compassionate care in a state-of-the-art facility that includes a licensed Alzheimer's unit, a chapel, access to secure gardens and porches, regular outings, recreational opportunities, and much more. No veteran is turned down due to finances. Maximum rates at the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility are 1/3 of the national average. Visit veterans.wv.gov or call 866-WV4-VETS.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
It also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
11:05, 3rd quarter, 30-27. Fully loaded shotgun on 1st and 10, ball on the 13-yard line. Steele's ready, takes the snap, he looks, throws, and out of the backfield, the pass is behind. It's intended receiver and incomplete. Jake Harper, who lined up as a fullback that time. Again, trying to get that wheel route again out of the backfield, and just a misfire that time from Steele.
I like the play call here. For Sean Steele, just relax. You have a wide open receiver. Take that deep breath. Just give him a nice catchable ball to run with.
Harper now lines up as a tight end. Strength of formation to the left. Sidecar to the right. Harper now looks to the sideline along with his offensive teammates for an audible. Play clock at 13 seconds. Snap to Steele. Inside, leaking through. Coming over the middle is Drake. Over the 25 and out to the 30-yard line. Now Wesleyan looked like they had the gaps controlled, but somehow Drake just slipped to an alleyway there.
I mean, you don't get a break as Wesleyan's defense. You have Lee in the game. He leaves. You have Tevin Drake step in. This guy's a load. He's very hard to tackle.
Great job on the pull by Richard Sloan. He pulled around and allowed that play to become successful. Drake gets it again. This time sledding's tough off the right side as he is tripped up and knocked down right at the 30-yard line after a gain of a yard.
Glenville looked like they're trying to establish that ground game once again.
Yeah, war of attrition tonight, no question about it. The more conditioned football team is going to be successful here in the second half. We're 10:18 remaining, rolling clock, 3rd quarter. 30-27, Glenville State on top. Inside give, that's Lee, burst through over the 35, 40-foot race. 45 at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 end zone, touchdown. For Ramon Lee, the all-time leading rusher in Glenville State football history, goes house long distance again.
Ramon Lee needs to go up to every single offensive lineman after this game is over and shake each and every one of their hands. They're making his job easy. If you get through that hole and you see nothing but daylight, you turn on the jets and you run to the end zone. Doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, you're right. He was not touched. There was a glancing push from Anthony Robinson, the safety, who took a bad angle, and Lee just blew right by him. Extra point post to the left. Tanner Wright is ready to kick it into the nighttime sky. The kick is up, hits the post, and still sneaks between the pipes. So Tanner Wright got some yellow paint on the ball, but still got the extra point. What a huge touchdown for this Glenville State team. The momentum hanging in the balance. Lee fumbles last possession, certainly makes up for it with a big touchdown run.
Now I can see Lee on the sideline saying to himself and his teammates, guys, I'm going to come back, I'm going to get you one. And right there, that's the repayment to your team for putting that ball on the ground.
You're right, great job on the offensive line. Lead block that time from Leon Hill, the former Point Pleasant Big Black, and he paved the way for Ramon Lee off the right sideline to take it in for the touchdown as the big night for Lee continues in his first and final home opener. 4 plays, 87 yards, 106 off the clock, and now Wesleyan. Kind of the way this game is flowing here, Rashid, you feel like Wesleyan's got to get points on this drive or this thing could slip away.
They're going to have to get points. It's very important, especially for the momentum going forward as well. You don't want your team thinking that you're out of this game. So over on that sideline, George Shell, he's going to need to talk these guys up, let them know that they're still in this game, and keep the drives going.
Lee now 270 yards rushing on 12 carries. That's a 22-yard per carry average. All right, kickoff return time for West Virginia Wesleyan over the 25, 30, 35 on the move. Crossing midfield to Sean Burgess. Burgess going to be tackled from behind as he takes it inside the 40 down at the 37-yard line.
So there's the special teams field position that we talked about. Whenever you can create a short field for your offense to work on, it's always in the advantage of the offense because these guys are going to pretty much be right in their own territory to get ready to set up for a touchdown.
A great kickoff return that time, well blocked too. And when you talk about the afterburners from the young freshman Burgess from Gibbstown, New Jersey, and he flips the field, gives Wesleyan excellent starting field position in a critical drive for their offense. 1st and 10, ball on the 36. All right, Casey is ready. Twins stacked to the right. And a give to Anderson. And Anderson puts his shoulder down and just tries to bulge forward. We'll take the ball down to the 34-yard line. Anderson certainly in the shadow of Ramon Lee's night, but he's been very productive. That'll get him over 100 yards on the night net. On his 17th carry of the night, he also has a touchdown.
This Wesleyan offense looking like a completely new unit versus last week when they only had less than 100 yards total offense.
Casey just had 26 yards throwing. Anderson had 10 yards rushing. So 2nd down, 7. Low snap to Casey. Here comes pressure, and he will run forward. He's going to throw late over the middle, and that pass is going to be in the front end of the end zone. Incomplete, but a flag down. Tried to hit Marcus Smith, and there was all kinds of contact, really both ways, as that ball was coming in as they were hand fighting to try to get back to that football. And a flag comes in, and we'll check and see if Wesleyan will get the ball down at the 2-yard line on a pass interference in the end zone.
Pass interference, defense number 20, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Yeah, not a half the distance, so the ball doesn't go to the 2. Instead, it's 15-yard mark off.
Again, in this situation, you just want to tell Casey, look, you can't take anything away from gaining a pass interference penalty. But once you go back and you look at this film, you just coach this guy up. Set your feet, try to make a solid throw. You don't have to jump, especially throwing late across the middle.
1st and 10, ball at the 18. Casey's ready again. Wesleyan down by 10. Quick pass down the line. It is caught and shoved out is Zach Shadaman. He has another completion reception tonight, the junior. And that is catch number 9 on the night. Gain of 8, 2nd down 8. Correction, gain of 8, second down 2, 8:39 remaining in the third. 39-27, fake the run, quick pass out again. Shadowman, he'll get to the lead stick before he has his pens taken out from under him. Tripped up on the play by Markeith Dews. But the gain should be enough for a Wesleyan first down, first and goal for the Bobcats. Let's place the ball at the 7.
That last play could have developed a tad bit faster. The right receiver gave the defensive back enough time to get up off the ground and make that play.
Pioneers defense digs in, first and goal, ball at the 7. Wesleyan trying to answer the Ramon Lee touchdown and get it back to a 3-point game potentially. Fully loaded shotgun on first and goal. Snap to Casey, hands it off Anderson, cut back 5, Anderson walks in, touchdown, West Virginia Wesleyan. Again, Anderson, like Lee, a great cutback runner, excellent vision, and he saw that cutback lane and it was wide open. He walks in, and Wesleyan with a huge touchdown with 8:04 to play in the third, 37-33.
I tell you what, both of these guys, Ramon Lee and Anderson, their offensive lines are making the job easy for them. Great vision on that run, nice cutback, way to find the end zone.
All right, extra point, post to the right for Nick Banta. Trying to get back to a 3-point game. Snap back. Hold from Bolin is good. Kick on the way, and it is good for Nick Banta. So both teams score touchdowns here in the third quarter. We still have 8:04 remaining in the third, and it's 37-34. 4 plays, 36 yards, 1:45 remaining. We're off that third quarter clock. Need to thank AFP Logs and Lumber, located in Buchanan, buyers of logs and standing timber, producing hardwood lumber, specializing in timber mats and pipeline cribbing for the gas and oil business. Contact Nick Bowles, 304-472-2996. I want to thank AFP Logs and Lumber for feeding the television crew here tonight in Glenville. It's been a great night for football to kick off a football weekend in the Mountain East Conference, and we've been treated to an absolute shootout. 8:04 to play in the third, 37-34. Glenville has their lead shrunk to 3. All right, Banta has it teed up at the 35-yard line, set to kick it away. Boots it, end over end, deep. Ball's taken by Thornton. Thornton swings to the 20, meets resistance, gets spun, and they rally to the football well as Wesleyan, and they tackle him down at the 23-yard line on Thornton's kickoff return. Well, wonder who you're going to get a steady diet of here on this drive.
For Wesleyan, it's going to be very important. Get these linebackers inched up to the line of scrimmage. I think Glenville State is going to try to keep the ball on the ground, continue to wear Wesleyan down with their running game.
I think you're right, Rasheed. You got to control Lee with your front 7 because you've seen that he is quicker than your secondary. First and 10, ball at the 23. Snap. And it's going to be a keeper by Steele, and Steele is going to be driven back. Forward progress was stopped. So Steele, instead of handing it to Drake, kept it. And a great defensive play by Wesleyan. They read that option keeper, and Caleb Baisden, with his second big defensive play of the night, stopped Steele in the backfield. 5-yard loss, second down 15.
Baisden doing a great job of staying home right there and recognizing what the play was.
All right, second and 15 from the 18-yard line. Steele keeps it, throws late over the middle, pass deflected, incomplete. So Steele a little antsy in the pocket that time, didn't get his feet set, trying to hit a crossing Nate Simmons really on a skinny post, and it was batted down at the line of scrimmage, and quickly it's 3rd and 15.
Just when you think Wesleyan might be down and out, they show signs of life and can continue to fight back.
Yeah, and if you're Wesleyan or Glenville now, you worry about your defense getting tired. Wesleyan was in the neutral zone, free play, pass up the sideline, and it's going to fall incomplete. Intended for Jeremy Brown, but again, Sean Steele, heads up play there, knew that Wesleyan was in the neutral zone ahead of the snap, and they'll get a 3rd and 10 out of this after the encroachment call.
Offside by the defense, number 36. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
All right, to the 23-yard line. Ramon Lee, although he's not touched the ball so far in this series, he's out there in a slot. 5 wides, empty set. Wesleyan shows blitz. They bring a safety up to get on Lee. That's a good idea. Cover him in the slot. Play clock at 15.
Watch Absher in the slot.
That far side. Snap back steal. Being chased. He's in trouble. They got him sacked at the 15. 2 safeties came. Mike Savage came through, the senior from Baltimore, Maryland, out of Mallard Creek High School. Rips down Sean Steele. So great call there from the Wesleyan defensive coaching staff. They knew that they had an empty set, so no help, and just completely unfree with Savage. Was unblocked, but Savage came completely free.
Glenville looked like they had a missed assignment on the block. As a linebacker, you see that hole open up. It's just like a running back. You run through and try to get to Sean Steele.
Tanner Wright punts it from the goal line. High kick, not going to be returnable. Wesleyan gets away from the football and it bounds inside the 40 and will roll dead at the 37-yard line. But Wesleyan's defense does the job. They force Glenville into a 3-and-out, and now the Pioneers defense is out there. And really for the first time all night, if you're Glenville State's defensive coaching staff, you kind of have to worry that your defense is getting worn down a bit.
Right, Wesleyan is, again, showing that they can move the football. They need to keep that momentum up, keep the chains moving, and sustain some drives.
Blake Tasker, the defensive coordinator here at Glenville State, sends his unit out. 1st and 10. Bobcats, Wesleyan led early 7-0 and have trailed since. Fully loaded shotgun on 1st and 10, ball on the 36-yard line. Casey is ready, waits the snap from Sigmund. It's back. Casey's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle, comes over the 35, the 40. Casey to midfield, breaks another tackle. He's to the Glenville 40, 35, and going to be tripped up and dropped at the 30-yard line.
That's the first time we saw Casey on a design quarterback run actually break one away. He showed his versatility on that play, good vision, breaking tackles. He's a big, strong guy. Showing some toughness as well, putting his shoulder down and knocking those defensive backs down.
So Luke Casey giving George Shell that added dimension of a running threat. Ball's down to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Here come the Bobcats. Handoff, Anderson. Ooh, he is hit hard in the hole. Anderson is leveled at the 31-yard line. And that was Fitz Moford, the freshman linebacker. He lost his lid, but he delivered all kinds of headache to Mike Anderson, and Anderson is going to have to take himself out of the game.
That's one of those runs from Mike Anderson. You're going to feel that tomorrow.
Oh, he's feeling it now. There's no question. That's a clear your sinuses type of hit. Boy, great form, too, in this day and age of targeting in football and helmet-to-helmet contact. Great job by Moford. He knew exactly where to put his helmet, and it was right into the breastplate of Anderson.
Great point.
Clean play. 2nd down 10. Snap back to Casey. He's in trouble. He's sacked. So these defenses are absolutely rising to the occasion. Ian Andrews, another big defensive play on the sack of Luke Casey.
You know, for Wesleyan here, you want to kind of stick with what got you there. Keep the ball on the ground. Let Luke Casey scramble around, do some things on the ground. He ripped off a big run. Continue to put the ball in his hands and let him be that playmaker that George Shell talked about. He can get the job done on the ground.
A big sack there, Rashid, because it took, they were in questionable field goal range as it was. Now they're outside of the range of Nick Banta. On 3rd down and 15, snap back to Casey. He steps up in the pocket, jump throw again, and he overthrew Shadowman, who was open at the 20-yard line, incomplete. And you mentioned Luke Casey is going to have some very good quarterback coach, quarterback film study this week. He's developed a bad habit tonight of jumping on his throws.
Right, and as the game goes on, if you do it once and you see some success, you kind of go back to that. But it's something that you don't want to do as the game goes on. Right. Set your feet.
Back to that quick kick, and Casey boots it inside the 20. 2nd time tonight that he has punted. And the ball will be at the 14-yard line. With 4:32 remaining here in the third quarter, 37-34 is our score. Glenville gets the ball back, and a good job by their defense after they give up the big run from Casey.
And you can see how fast momentum shifts. Casey rips off a big run. You thought Wesleyan would have put one in. Glenville came up with the defensive stop.
All right, might be Ramon Lee time. Conference record rushing night tonight for Lee. Again, 12 carries, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns for the senior from Capitol Heights, Maryland. He's adding on to it. Brings it over the 25 to 30, 35, 40, crosses midfield, and he's going to go. 10-5 touchdown, Ramon Lee. One play, good night. That gets him over 300 yards rushing on the night. And Glenville, after the last possession, not getting Lee the football, they waste no time here. Hand it to him, and he runs it all the way in for the touchdown.
I mean, it's exciting to watch this guy. And for him, his job is easy. The offensive linemen are doing a great job of opening the holes up. He may have had one hand on him. From there, you just take over. His stride is so clean. He's a long strider. No one's going to catch him from behind. He's having a heck of a night.
An extra point time for Tanner Wright. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Boy, thunderstorms held off tonight in Glenville, but Ramon Lee is absolutely bringing in the lightning. 351 yards rushing, new single-game MEC record. And he's not only broke the record, he's absolutely destroyed the record in this young league. I mentioned Lee became the all-time leading rusher in Glenville State history tonight. I think he's trying to ensure that nobody is going to catch him for quite some time. He continues to pile on the yardage.
He is, and he still has another full quarter of play.
Yep, not even breathing heavy either. He's over there on the sideline shaking hands. And sure, if there were some babies down there, he'd be kissing them. He's having a great time tonight.
You know, I mentioned handshakes. At this point, those handshakes are now going to have to turn to steak dinners for that whole offensive unit.
By the way, 427 rushing yards is the record in college football, belonging to a current player. It's Margie Pirine, the outstanding running back from Oklahoma, who set that record last year as a freshman. Division II record is 418 yards, so that certainly is obtainable tonight for Lee. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. 44-34 kickoff. Going to be taken down at the 5-yard line. Here comes the speedster Burgess again. And this time they've got him control. Brings it over the 15 and can't turn the corner. He's dropped at the 18-yard line. So what we said 2 possessions ago, repeated. Wesleyan now, your defense is getting gashed by Ramon Lee. You can't go quick 3 and out here, Rashid, and put your defense back out there quickly.
Right, you need to sustain drives. That way, you put your defense back on the field, they get worn down. Ramon Lee breaks off another big run. So it's important not only to sustain the drive, but to get points on the board as well.
Good news for Wesleyan. Anderson's back out there. He took a solid shot, had to check himself out of the game in that last drive. So he's back out there, a part of a fully loaded shotgun. Casey fakes it. He's going to throw late over the middle. High throw, incomplete. So Casey now has started to throw a little high after being very accurate with his throw game in the first half. Ross Kim, the intended receiver, 6'1", didn't have enough inches to get to that one.
We've seen Wesleyan try to take shots downfield at that post route all night. They haven't hit one yet. Had a few pass interference calls. He's going to have to get those throws down for the receivers to make a viable play on it.
4:08 stop clock, second down 10. Wesleyan backed up at their own 18, trailing by 10, 44-34. There's a snap and a give to Anderson. He just tripped. Turf monster got him at the 14-yard line. So Anderson just could not get going that time as he got tripped over his own feet.
So as you mentioned, Travis, we already see Wesleyan at 3rd and long, 3 short downs. They need to convert this or their defense is right back on the field.
Yep, 3rd and 14. 44-34. Glenville State leads by 10 with 3:34 to play here in quarter number 3. Shotgun sidecar, snap back. Casey feels the pressure. He steps up. He's going to throw deep again. Overthrew his receiver. Receiver works back to the ball. Dual possession on the catch at the 39-yard line. And how will they rule it? No signal yet from the official. The Wesleyan player gets up with the ball, and that's going to be dual possession. That goes to the offense. Great job. Rogowski outfought the defender for the football.
Great catch, great fight by Rogowski there. Way to help your quarterback out.
Yeah, caught up with it when it first left Casey's hands. I thought for sure it's going to be overthrown and intercepted, but Rogowski worked up the field, turned more towards the hash, and was able to fight it away from the defender. Big play the Wesleyan needed. Handoff, Anderson, and he dances left side, sticks his shoulder down and drives the ball down to the 37 for a gain of a couple. On the play for Anderson, clock at 2:44 to play. There are a lot of hands on hips on both sides out there.
We're slowly starting to see the Wesleyan running game kind of diminish. So we go back to the first quarter. You talk about the battle up front between the offense and defensive line. Right now, I think Glenville's winning that battle as far as stuffing the gaps, not allowing the Wesleyan offensive running backs to gain yardage.
90 snaps combined in this game already. 2:15 to play in the third. It's 2nd down 7. Trips wide right side of the field. Casey play action. He's back. He stands in. He throws deep to the end zone. Rogowski again tries to fight back to the ball. It's tipped on the deflection. And is it ruled as a catch? Marcus Smith came in off the deflection and may have made that catch at the 2-yard line. Going to have defensive pass interference on the play, but that'll be declined if Smith's catch is good, and I think it is. Just a wild play there.
Pass interference. Defense number 32. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
A great concentration by Smith on a pass intended for Rogowski. And again, slightly underthrown from Casey. Rogowski again tries to fight back to the ball, and it was tipped actually by the defender right into Smith's hands.
Travis, I mentioned a little bit ago, more and more shots being taken downfield. Right there with the luck of the draw, you have a pass interference, and you come up with a big reception.
Another big play. McConaughey got the tip, and actually Rogowski helped it there. He almost like a volleyball play. He set the ball, and his offensive teammate, Marcus Smith, came over and caught it out of the air. 1st and goal, ball at the 2. Handoff straight up the middle. Anderson, and Anderson won't get there. Matter of fact, he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. They lined up, loaded the right side with a power pistol to the right, ran behind that strength, but Glenville overloaded and just outmanned them.
Yeah, too much penetration by the Glenville State defensive line. Great job by those guys. The Wesleyan offensive linemen are going to need to step up, man up, and try to get a push.
2nd down, goal to go. Same formation. Now Casey steps up, talks to his center. He's got dual sidecars right to his right, and Anderson is directly behind it. And 2nd and goal, play action. He's going to throw to the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Ross Kim, the intended target. Good defensive play by Leonard McConaughey, the sophomore DB, held his ground. He's a transfer from SMU.
We talked about film study. That's another play that you coach up in the film room. There's no way that the receiver can have a shot at catching that ball if you throw it out of bounds. Lee Casey needs to keep that ball in play.
All right, 3rd and goal at the 3. As Wesleyan will go to a passing look, take their fullback out of the lineup, give them 4 wide receivers. Trips to the left side. Single receiver to the near side is Rogowski. On 3rd and goal, Casey rolls to the left. He looks, he throws, passes, caught, goal line. Shadowman walks in. Touchdown, Bobcats. Shallow cross, Shadowman wide open, And a good job by Casey to throw that one on the move, and Wesleyan answers right back. 39 seconds to play in the third. They cut the lead to 4 with the extra point pending.
I like the play call. Luke Casey knew he was going to the flat with that ball before the ball got into his hands. Nice off throw, good secure catch by Shadowman. Just turned it in, touchdown. Good job by Wesleyan.
Third receiving touchdown of the night, Zach Shadowman. Extra point at the post to the right. Nick Banta has been perfect tonight. Kick is up, kick is good. 39 seconds to play, third quarter. 44-41. I'll tell you, last week, I think it's you, had a shootout down in Charleston. Big offensive night for Charleston and Notre Dame College. And here tonight, you got a team that in Glenville that put up 40-plus points last week, but they held their opponent to 0. You got a Bobcat team that didn't score last week, and they've got 41 points as we head to the fourth quarter.
You know, it's funny you say that because I actually thought the same exact thing. We're seeing a lot of offensive fireworks here. Last week, same thing. Joey Austin, all those guys coming up, big plays. Tonight, same situation. Wesleyan not going away, continuing to fight through the fourth quarter. We'll see how close they can keep it as the game goes on.
High pressure swings back now to Wesleyan's defense. Can they get another stop? Can they find some way to stop Ramon Lee? The story of the night, Lee, 13 carries, 351 yards, a Mountain East Conference single game record, 3 touchdowns, averaging 27 yards a carry, and he's also caught 3 balls for 34 yards. Banta on the kickoff. End over end kick, going to be taken at the 10-yard line, over the 15, 20, 25, 30, over the 35. On the return is Damon Lumpkin. Lumpkin gets a seal block, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Flag down back at the 30. So hold the phone. Lumpkin with a big kickoff return for a touchdown, but we've got Laundry on the field back at the 30-yard line.
For Lumpkin, I'm sure right now at this point he's ready to pull all of his hair
During
out.
the return,
There's not a lot of chances.
Return team number 88, 10-yard penalty. There's also illegal block in the back by the return team number 29. That penalty be declined.
Well, Lumpkin had some help there. 2 flags on the play.
It's not every game you get an opportunity like this as a kick returner. So when you do get the chance and you take one to the house like this, you hope there's no flags on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to mention that pressure was off the Wesleyan defense because of a special teams failure, but now Wesleyan's defense with an opportunity here, golden opportunity. Glenville backed up, 1st and 10, ball on their own 15-yard line. So Lee back out with a fullback in front and the power pistol left. Snap, give to the right, Lee. Cut back, there he goes again. He spins over the 20 out to the 22-yard line. He was tackled right in the hole that time by Cody Good, defensive lineman from Fredericksburg, VA.
This is an extremely tough situation for Wesleyan to be in. You overplay the run, Absher can kill you on the pass receptions. Very fine line.
Into the third quarter, very entertaining. Don't go away. 15 minutes of football to play. 44-41, Glenville leads the MAC Thursday night football game presented by ARP on Metro News.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
Start of the fourth quarter. Good, solid play from both these quarterbacks tonight. Luke Casey, redshirt freshman from West Virginia Wesleyan, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
That's what you want out of your quarterback. Show leadership, execute the offense, and play within the framework.
Right now it's Sean Steele's turn. He turns, hands the ball off, and that's Tevin Drake, and Drake will bring it out to the 36-yard line. So we start the fourth quarter with Ramon Lee chasing history. Got 418 yards from Jerome Freeman of South Connecticut State back in 2007 as the single game rushing record in Division II. All right, first down to run that time from Drake. Now Steele's back to pass. He cranks, fires late over the middle. Pass caught. Dante Absher lays out, makes the catch over the 40 to the 43. And he laid out and took the punishment off the turf. Is slow to get up. I was going to mention him. He kind of disappeared in the second and third quarter after a big opening quarter. But what a beautiful catch as he lays out for that one over the middle.
As a receiver, your job is to catch the football. For Sean Steele, you can't be perfect with every throw. Great job by Asher to come up with the throw or with the catch. Maintain possession as he hit the ground. Great job.
10th catch of the night for Absher. 14-11 remaining in the fourth quarter. Glenville out near midfield. Hand off to Drake. It's been all him this series. Drake with a flag down will take it down to the 44-yard line. Fumbled the ball. Wesleyan wants it, but the line judge runs in and says that his knee had hit. But there is a flag in the offensive backfield of Glenville State that will bring this run back.
Offense number 51, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Got the center, Jonathan Dupree, his second holding penalty of the night. But, Jonathan, you got a back that's got over 300 yards rushing tonight. I think we can forgive you for one, right?
You get one, that's it.
All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. Correction, 1st and 20. Down over. Snap back, fake the lead, quick pass, receiver screen, pass top, turning upfield, 45, out to midfield. First catch of the night for Ralph Gordon, the senior wideout from LA. Interestingly enough, over the years, this Glenville State program has attracted a lot of kids from the Southern California area, the Los Angeles area, and Gordon out of Santa Monica Junior College. Gains back 11. Brings up 2nd down 9, ball at midfield. Tempo again, Steele. Play action rolls out, throws it underneath to his tight end. And getting upended is Jake Harper. And we'll see what Harper is whistled down at. 39-yard line, it looks like, and that'll be a first down.
Wesleyan came out in a cover one coverage, which is basically man-to-man. Against man-to-man coverage, you always want to be able to hit moving targets.
And Harper's a big moving target. Great job. Good lead blocker and role player in this offense. He lines up in the wing. Hand off to Drake. It's sealed. Drake tripped up as he goes inside the 30 on a touchdown saving tackle that was applied by Correll Mack. Another first down again, starting to see this Wesleyan defense. They've been out there for a lot of snaps, starting to wear down a bit.
And that 1-2 punch by Glenville is deadly. You get Tevin Drake in there, who is a load. You don't want to continue to hit this guy as the game goes on. He just wears you down.
Drake, nice change up back in there. Lee out for this series. Snap, give Drake right up the middle. 20, Drake 15. Contacted and dropped at the 12-yard line.
Travis, you mentioned it. You're starting to see these big chunks of yardage, play after play after play. This Wesleyan defense is definitely starting to wear down due to the physical stature of this Glenville offensive line.
1st and 10, ball at the 12, down a 14-yard rip. And you got a lot of arm tackling and grabbing right now from the Wesleyan defense. 44-41. Pioneers lead by 3 with 12:30 to play in the 4th quarter. Wesleyan's got to get a stop here and hold Glenville to a field goal. Steele looks to the sideline. Offensive play signaled in. From offensive coordinator Eric Smith, here's a give to Drake, and Drake will take it inside the 10. Defender runs up his back. Justin Forshone made the tackle. And we're going to have looks like a couple of injured Pioneers on the play. You got Leon Hill down and Drake actually ran into that pile, and I think Hill may have had his back turned to the play and didn't see Drake coming. And a lot of times we see offensive players get rolled up on from behind, or offensive linemen in those situations. So we'll stop with 12:03 to play. There's Drake sweeping around the right side. He gets hit and shoved on top of Leon Hill. And Hill's actually almost to all fours as he was trying to get up. So he took the hit of that from really Drake, and the defender fell into the small of his back. And good news, the big right tackle from Point Pleasant is up and is able to walk off under his own power.
It's unfortunate to see Hill injured. 6'6", 320. He's the driving force for that offensive line who's been opening up those holes for the running backs tonight at Glenville State.
Yeah, we mentioned this line has done a great job tonight. Sal Tamores, senior from Santa Clara, California, northern part of California, just south of San Francisco. Anthony Gartrell is the left guard. He's a senior. Dupree, we mentioned him, senior center. Richard Sloan and Leon Hill, all senior front for Dave Hutchinson's offense. 2nd down, 3. From the 9, here's a fake and a quick throw over the middle, and the pass incomplete. Trying to hit Ralph Gordon on that quick slant, and it was broken up. Brings up 3rd down and 7 from the 9.
You know, you sometimes wonder why offensive coordinators tend to trick themselves. Keep the ball on the ground. That's what's been giving you positive yardage.
Yep, and the man is back out there, Ramon Lee. Lines up, shotgun sidecar on 3rd and 7. Quick pass, Steele over the middle, pass caught, defender fell down, touchdown, Dante Absher. But pretty easy that time. Steele looked at Absher the whole way, and Absher coming out of his break, the defender slipped and fell. Dante stayed upright, and he pulls in the touchdown catch. The throw from Steele. And Glenville scores a big insurance touchdown with 11:35 to play in the 4th quarter to take it out to a 9-point game, make it 2-possession of 50-41.
Dante Absher is a name we've called a lot tonight. He showed he's a sure-handed receiver and a viable threat to get downfield as a deep threat.
Tanner Wright's extra point is up, and that kick is good. 11:35 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Big offensive night for this Glenville State Pioneer offense. They lead 51-41. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
11:35 to play fourth quarter. Glenville State leads 51-41. Big night for the Glenville State offense. 706 yards of total offense. And Leon Hill, a big part of that senior offensive line, went out in that last drive. And trainers and medical staff here at Glenville working on him on the table here on the near sideline. But boy, what a big night for the offense for Glenville State. And we'll talk a little bit more about their offensive coordinator, Eric Smith, here momentarily. Kickoff is a short one, taken at the 15-yard line over the 20-25, and a high tackle applied at the 31. And ripped down on the play is Maurice Williams. So Rashid Eric Smith has ties to a guy that basically built this program at Glenville State.
Right, Rich Rodriguez had Eric Smith at Michigan. So Eric has been under Rich's tutelage. Great offensive mind, a great guy to learn from. And for Eric to come here and install some of his own wrinkles into this offense while running a spread offense is a great thing to see.
Oh boy, you can't argue with the numbers tonight. Mentioned 706, 446 on the ground, 260 through the air, and 51 points on the big board. They lead by 10. Right now, Glenville trying to get a stop from their defense and perhaps close this game. Snap back to Casey. He'll throw late over the middle. Pass is broken up, incomplete. Threw it over the head of Rogowski, the intended target. And the defender jumped for the ball, had a chance at an interception, but it turned into more of a ricochet. It bounced back up the field and falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete.
Luke Casey has been really high with a lot of throws over the middle. I'm not sure if there's a footwork issue going on, something that you can definitely take to film to watch and see.
And don't get us wrong, it's been a great night for Casey. This is a very good starting point for the redshirt freshman on this season. 51-41, low snap. Casey hands it off to Anderson. He tries to get out and can't escape. He'll be taken down at the line of scrimmage, no gain. So the Pioneers starting to take control of this game on both sides of the football. 3rd down and 10 for the visitors from Upshur County. 11:07 to play in the fourth quarter, 51-41. Glenville on top.
You almost get the feel that Glenville is up by more than 10 points. With the momentum, this game is not over yet for Wesleyan. So with with a quick score, get the ball back, quick turnover, some case like that, they're right back in this thing. So this game is not over.
3rd down for West Virginia Wesleyan here. Wesleyan 5 for 10 on 3rd down conversions tonight. 3rd and 10. Casey retreats, throws over the middle, had a man but missed him. Separation, Zach Shadman got by the safety, Aaron Settles, but again, Casey just a tad off here in the second half on his throws.
Yeah, I think there's a mechanical issue going on. Footwork, again, that's something that you need to take a look at during the week. Try to correct it through film study.
All right, Tyler Bolin will be on to punt. And tonight, Bolin averaging 31 yards a kick with a log of 44. And first, Wesleyan's a guy short. And they're going to take a timeout here or take a delay. Not going to get this off down to... Well, they gave him a reset. Play clock reset, so plenty of time now. Snap back to Bolin. And the Parkersburg South punter boots it out of there. Rolls inside the 40. Good roll inside the 30. His best punt of the night, going to be downed at the 24-yard line. With 10:22 to play. So will we see Ramon Lee on this drive for Glenville State? 359 yards rushing tonight. And right now he is sitting just outside the top 15 in Division II single game rushing performances.
You know, I think for Eric Smith, continue to do the things that has gotten you to this point. Keep the ball on the ground. They're getting the job done through the air, but your bread and butter has been feeding the ball to Ramon Lee.
8 scoring drives tonight for this Glenville State offense, averaging just over 2 minutes. 10-point lead for Glenville State. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week from Metro News.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi with your invitation to join us every night for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line. If it's happening in West Virginia in its sports, we'll talk about it. So join us here nightly at 6:06 for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year one, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi with your invitation to join us every night for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line. If it's happening in West Virginia in its sports, we'll talk about it. So join us here nightly at 6:06 for the Northside Automotive statewide sports line.
Pioneers take over. 1st and 10, ball on their own 24. Lee back out there. Will he get it? He does. Here he comes. Over the 25. He's to the 30, 35. Dodging tacklers to the 36-yard line. Ramon Lee tackled on the play by Anthony Robinson.
You know, his style of running is it's a beauty to watch. I mean, he's patient. He picks, he chooses his holes. He's very sleek and fluid and smooth. I really like this player.
1st and 10, ball at the 37-yard line. Lee gets it again. This time he trips and falls trying to make his cut in the hole. So he'll give back a yard of that Mountain East Conference single game record. Back to the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Clock rolling. George Shell's defense has got to get a quick stop here. His offense needs the ball twice, down 51-41. With 9:35 to play. Steele taking his time. Still snaps it off early in the huddle clock. Throws over the middle. Pass is hauled in. Great throw from Steele. Brown makes the catch. Move the sticks down to the 49-yard line.
You know, I thought coming into this game, Glenville State would, try to target Brown a little more. He's a big body. He's 6'4". He's over 200 pounds. Very big mismatch for a lot of those smaller defensive backs.
So from the 49-yard line, Glenville looks to the sideline. Offensive play signaled in by backup quarterback Alfonso Medina. Steele's ready, takes the snap, hands it off to Lee, and Lee gets caught in the wash but pushes forward to the 43 for a gain of 6. Cody Good made the stop. And this is killing Lee's average. 26-yard per carry average before these last 3 runs. Going to drag him down to a mere 20 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think he still has some room to spare.
All right, 8:30 to play, 4th quarter. Great job by Glenville State milking the play clock. Controlled by the coaches. They signal into play, so they know to take their time. Steele's ready. 5 on the huddle clock. Play action, he's back. Backside pressure comes, he throws. Brown's wide open. Brown comes over, ranges over, and the pass is broken up. Great closing speed by Anthony Robinson, the junior from Fredericksburg, Virginia, as Brown looked as though that was going to be a walk-in touchdown. Ball hung just a touch too long in the air from Steele.
It did, and we just talked about Jeremy Brown. At 6'4", 215 pounds, you have to go up and be a big body and meet that ball at the highest point and come down with the catch. You can't wait to cradle that ball at the bottom.
Robinson got there just in the nick of time. Snap, tried again. Different receiver. Overthrown, incomplete. A little separation did Lumpkin, and that one falls incomplete. Lampkin already a punt return, or kickoff return rather, called back.
Offside by the defense, number 38.
Offsides call on Wesleyan.
5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Saw him in the neutral zone. I didn't see the flag fly, but certainly Sean Steele did because he knew he had another free play there. Tried to take advantage of it.
You take a look at this Wesleyan defense. It's almost like they're lifeless at this point. You see the hands on the hips. The guys are showing too much energy, kind of just trying to get through this last quarter. They need to continue to try to stop this Glenville offense.
8:05 remaining. Lee gets it. Lee cuts to the right. 35-30 broken tackle. 25 tripped up inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Anthony Robinson made the tackle. And folks, if you haven't seen Ramon Lee play in person, make sure you make a point to get out to a Mountain East Conference venue where Glenville plays this season and take him in. He is a special one in this league. And no matter if you're talking D1, D2, D3, he is an outstanding tailback. Snap, give, Drake in there. Cut back, 15, Drake 10, Drake 5. Stays on his feet, cuts back to the left, and will finally be wrangled down at the 7-yard line.
And there's that 1-2 punch we talked about. You have thunder and lightning. Lightning leaves the field, thunder walks onto the field. It's like pick your poison. Which one of these guys do you want to deal with?
Holding. Offense number 61. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And a holding penalty on Richard Sloan, the right guard. We'll back it up. Clifton Fleming, the freshman, is in there taking Leon Hill's spot at right tackle after Hill was shaken up on that last play. And Lee's numbers now, he closes in on a 400-yard rushing night. 18 carries, 398, 22-yard per carry average, and 3 touchdowns. So that 398 puts him, by our count, at the 5th best rushing performance in Division II history. This is going to be a pass completion. Lee, 10, 5, shoved out at the 3-yard line.
Now Lee is showing it. He can get it done on the outside as well. That play is very simple. It turns into a wide receiver quick screen. He's lining up as a wide guy, showing that he's going to go deep, come back under. He has a convoy of blockers out there to lead the way.
And I'd mentioned Fleming, the freshman offensive lineman, in there. He provided a very good block out on the flank. 1st and goal from the 3. Handoff Drake. Drake tunnels into the end zone. Touchdown for Tevin Drake from Brooksville, Florida. And that might just do it. Glenville State adds their 57th point of the night with 7:08 remaining in the 4th quarter to make the new score 57-41.
And for Sean Steele to know that you have these 2 guys lined up in the backfield, and if you need to get positive yardage, gain clock control, sustain drives, to hand the ball off to these guys is a very comforting feeling.
I had an injured player there for West Virginia Wesleyan on that touchdown run. And a guy that's played very well tonight, Cody Good, defensive lineman. Redshirt sophomore. Has to be helped off the field or guided off the field. 7:08 remaining. Wesleyan again, after scoring zip last week, goose egg, 41 points on the board. But they have run into a buzzsaw offensively. It's so fun to watch this Glenville offense against some of the league's premier defenses, and namely the Shepherd Rams. Later on in the season, that extra point is up and good. That game, by the way, is here in Morris Stadium, Shepherd and Glenville, on October the 10th at 1 o'clock. 9 plays, 76-yard drive, 3:14 off the clock. Drake pays dirt again. I mentioned George Hill. How frustrating must this night be You know, at 6:45, if you would have said, George, you're going to score 41 points tonight and still trail by 17 in the fourth quarter, he probably wouldn't have believed it.
He said they were going back to the drawing board, show some improvements, still not enough to overtake this Glenville team. He's shown signs of improvement, but going forward, you're going to have to continue to work with these guys, continue to instill confidence in them, or else it can be a very slippery slope toward the end of the season.
So West Virginia Wesleyan and Glenville, again, these two teams split the last two meetings. Last season, Wesleyan beat this Glenville team 38-35. The year before that, it was Glenville beating Wesleyan 35-32. And tonight, a ton of offense, 58-41. Glenville well over 700 yards of total offense tonight.
Those are the numbers you kind of dream of as a player. For Ramon Lee to touch the ball and you get 20 yards every single time you touch the ball, you can only dream of those kind of numbers.
There's a kickoff from Tanner Wright. Taken at the 5, over the 10, 15, 20, 25. He's out over the 30, 35, 40, 45. Walla blocking, midfield, 40, and he's going to go. 30, kicker to beat, 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, that's Burgess.
Wow.
The freshman with a kickoff return for a touchdown for West Virginia Wesleyan. Do we have a flag down? The officials are huddled. Yeah, we do, over across the way on the 24-yard line. And we'll check the flag. And this might go against Glenville the way they're reacting. We'll see.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 22 of the kicking team, that penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is number 22's first unsportsmanlike.
McConaughey, not a big fan, I think, of Burgess' kickoff return. Got flagged on that one after he missed a tackle back at the 30-yard line. A nice play by Burgess. Picked up a block down the field as well, and I think that was Dale Wood, a backup linebacker, that sprung him the last 20 yards.
Very nice play by Burgess. You know, on kickoff return, you want to be able to make one guy miss, sort of like a punt return. You put your foot in the ground, make a guy miss, and hit a seam and take it and go, and Burgess showed he could do it.
Extra point is up and good from Nick Banta. And with 6:53 to play, Bobcats still have some life, down 10 now, 58-48. With 6:53 remaining and all 3 timeouts. So, Rashid, put on your coaching hat now here for me. Defense, if you're Wesleyan, you haven't gotten consistent stops here in the second half. Do you onside kick here with 3 timeouts, or you kick away and try to get a quick stop?
I think you take a chance and go ahead and kick it deep. Have some faith in your defense. You don't want to give Glenville State a short field to work with. Hopefully that kick return instills some life into this Wesleyan defense. Force some carryover, and maybe they can get a stop.
So Ramon Lee just 20 yards away now from the Division II record, 18 carries, 398, and 3 touchdowns on the night. Again, the Division II national record has stood since 2007. Jerome Freeman from South Connecticut State with 418 yards, so exactly at 20 for Ramon Lee.
So let's talk about something other than his rushing yards. He has to be in great shape as well. I mean, you think he's breaking off big chunk after big chunk, and the guy is back deep on a kickoff return. He's phenomenal.
So Glenville closing in on 800 yards of total offense tonight, 787. 425 for Wesleyan. I know, which is not a pedestrian night offensively by any stretch. But this has just been an eye-opening performance for Glenville State's offense here tonight, and they are certainly sending a big shot off the bow to the rest of these Mountain East Conference teams. This offense is fine-tuned in week number 2. All right, kickoff after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will come at midfield. We'll see if Banto will try to sky kick it, and he does. Lee runs up on it, makes the catch at the 17-yard line, brings it over the 20, and being chased out of bounds. That was not Lee, it was Quentin Thornton. They switched there, and Thornton will be chased out at the 19-yard line.
They had to get a pair of sure hands on that front line, so why not take Lee and just go ahead and put him up there?
Yeah, anticipating the onside kick, and probably more so after the penalty that put it at midfield. All right, so can the Wesleyan defense get a quick stop here? Can they corral Ramon Lee? Does he get the national record? He's 20 yards away. 6:45 to play. It's a 10-point Glenville State lead at 58-48. Lee will be the tailback to start this possession.
I mean, you would think naturally with 6 minutes to go, Glenville's going to try to milk the clock. He's going to go ahead and get this record by default.
Fullback in there, ahead of Lee, and the power pistol left. Steele's ready. Snap is back. Hand off to Lee. Cut back 20. Here he comes. 25, 30. Might be a record. 35, 40. 45 it is the record, and he takes it out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 29. So Ramon Lee 9 yards over the Division II national record for rushing yards in a single game.
You know, I know as a player how physically taxing these games can be. For him to still show that explosiveness in the fourth quarter late in the game after he's already run for over 400 yards, showing the capability to break one, he's in great condition. Might be the first time I've seen him with his hands on his hips tonight.
Yeah, just a short breather for Ramon Lee. Play clock winds down to 16 seconds, so Lee has surpassed the 418 of somebody called Jerome Freeman. Let him know there's a new record holder. 1st and 10 from the 49. Snap. Lee gets it again, and he'll lean forward and pick up a yard. It's a gain of 2nd and 9 it'll bring up after a gain of a yard. Look at Lee. He's upset with himself on that carry.
So just as I patted him on the back about his conditioning, I think he's a little tired. He kind of fell forward on that. Hands on the hips. That's the sign of a tired player, but he's still in the game.
Amazing stat is he's done this in just 20 carries. 429 yards. New Division II single game record.
We had a chance to witness it.
We have. Yep, absolutely. It has been quite a performance tonight for this Glenville offense. Run blitz, handoff Lee, and he'll leap forward. Another positive carry, takes it down to the 48-yard line for a gain of 2.
It's almost like that's a negative play for him. We've seen so many big runs. The kid gets 5 yards, and it's like, that's a dud play.
That's going to be a fun announcement once the PA announcer gets hold of that stat and can deliver that to the home folks here at Morris Stadium. Lee has set 2 big records tonight. Almost in the shadows is the fact that he became the school's all-time leading rusher tonight. Free play, slant pass, nearly intercepted, and it falls incomplete. Again, the Division I record is 427 from P. Ryan, and that happened in November of 2014. Of course, he set it against the Kansas Wildcats. Or I'm sorry, the Kansas Jayhawks, not Kansas State. Would have been more impressive against Kansas State's defense. All right, 3rd down and a yard. Power pistol right, trips wide. Hard count from Steele. Now he's going to station Lee to his left. Play clock is down to 6 seconds. Here's a snap and a give. Lee, 40, 35. Lee pushes forward to the 32-yard line.
You know, the thing going forward for George Shell and this Wesleyan program, try to find the players to get them in place to make plays. You know, you talked about going back to the drawing board, restructuring the offense a little bit, work around Luke Casey. You have to continue to work to fight to get these guys in position to be able to make plays.
All right, 4:25 rolling clock to play in the 4th quarter. Lee gets a breather. He comes to the sideline. Celebrates his night. Devin Drake has checked in. A lot of congratulations going around for Ramon Lee, even without the knowledge, I'm sure, on the sideline of what he has accomplished tonight. Drake gets the carry up the middle, and he'll be tripped up and dropped. Kind of lost in all this is the fact that Drake is closing in on 100 yards on the night.
Which I guess is why they have, at this point, over, is it 800 total yards at this point?
Closing in on, yes, absolutely. 3:35 remaining, 58-48. Glenville leads by 10, 3:30 to play. Pioneers doing what they need on this last drive, and that's just moving the chains, keeping the clock rolling. Pioneers on their way to 2-0 on the season. We remarked at the beginning of the broadcast they've started 0-1 the last few years, and they have certainly gotten off to a very good start. Right now, the league's best offense by scoring output. Drake gets the handoff. He cuts 25-20, missed tackle 15, Drake 10, Drake 5, Drake end zone, touchdown. Glenville State end zone again with Tevin Drake. And a wilted Wesleyan defense sees Drake just run off the left side on a simple handoff and a sweep. Missed tackle back at the 25-yard line, and then Drake just outran everybody.
I think with Ramon Lee and Tevin Drake, we can go up in the box and be an offensive coordinator and call the plays for these two guys.
I agree. It's not that hard. All right, extra point attempt for Tanner Wright. Wright's had a busy night, too, with all these touchdowns and extra points. Kick is up. Kick is good. Oh, he missed it. Rather pulled it to the right. So a miss on the leg of Tanner Wright. Lead holds at 64-48. So this is a Pioneer offense now that has put up 49 points in the season opening win on the road at Urbana, and now 64 points here tonight. And they go on the road coming up next weekend to take on the University of Charleston. So that's going to be a good matchup there. Two very high-powered offenses.
Yep, should be an exciting game to watch. Again, Joey Augustine, he's a great receiver. He can get open. Had a big game last week. We saw these two guys tonight. Should be a good one.
No question, very busy week in the Mountain East Conference. This is our Thursday night kickoff for what is a 5-game slate coming up on Saturday. Of course, kicks start at noon in the Mountain East Conference across the state of West Virginia and beyond with Notre Dame College. Interesting matchup there. Longest road trip possible in the Mountain East Conference on Saturdays. UVA Wise will leave Central Virginia, make the trek all the way up to South Euclid on the banks of the lakes in Cleveland for a noon kick on Saturday. And you can follow along with all the action, of course, on the Mountain East Conference website, Mountain East Conference or mountaineast.org. Kickoff is a squib job. It's going to be bouncing and picked up at the 25-yard line and on the return out to the 30-35. And a little extracurriculars after the whistle, after that kickoff return by Dale Wood. All right, so Lee, if he's done, 22 carries, 442, 3 touchdowns. Drake, 107 and 3 touchdowns on the night. Right now, Glenville sitting at 863 yards of total offense.
And the tough thing for Wesleyan going forward on defense, every team that they face at this point will do exactly what Glenville State did tonight to try to see some success.
Shotgun sidecar to the right, snap back. And sacked is Casey. He gets hogtied and pulled down back at the 24-yard line. Sacked on the play by Alex Robinson. Clock at 2:40. Casey has to wait for all of his receivers to get back to the formation. They were deep downfield. Shotgun sidecar to the right, snap to Casey. He's going to run up in the pocket and gets across the line of scrimmage when he throws that one. And the pass falls incomplete, and the receiver caught him. He was almost a full yard past the line when he threw that ball. I think the most amazing thing about Ramon Lee's night tonight, 22 carries, 442 yards, lost yardage, zero.
Always moving forward, positive yardage. And it's very rare to see something like that.
Tevin Drake, too, just one lost yard tonight on his 12 carries.
Holding, offense number 58, penalty decline. Illegal forward pass, number 3 of the offense. Penalty is 5 yards from the spot of the foul and loss of down. 3rd down.
All right, so Wesleyan with the ball after that illegal forward pass on Casey. 3rd and 20 ball. Parked at the 21-yard line. 2:22 remaining, fourth quarter. 64-48. Score sounds like we ought to be over at the Waco Center playing this one on the basketball court. Low snap. Casey picks it up. He's going to scramble forward, scampers over the 30 and runs out just past the 35 at the 37-yard line. So Casey, solid night tonight. Of course, it's going to be way overshadowed by a record-setting night by Ramon Lee, but 22 of 31 passing, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
You know, your first start, those are very solid numbers, very solid. Showed great command. We saw a few things that can be corrected, some flaws in his throws, mechanical issues, but I thought as far as execution, he did a great job.
A steal tonight, 19 completions, 299, 2 touchdowns, and Dante Absher, big night for him, 11 catches, 186, and 2 touchdowns. 2:15 to play. Casey is back. He scrambles forward. Arm hit as he throws it, and that low throw nearly intercepted. Diving attempt, and James Johnson just couldn't squeeze it. Transfer from Coastal Carolina and Myrtle Beach with a near interception. Falls incomplete, and Glenville will take over on downs.
So we know that this game is pretty much sealed up. You know, for both sides, you want to get your guys out of here as healthy as possible. Within the last 2 minutes, you'll see some tempers flare. Try to keep everything condensed and just get out of here safe with no major injuries.
Yeah, I'm sure Wesleyan won't burn any of their 3 timeouts remaining, so Glenville may only have to snap it off a couple of times here. Of course, Ramon Lee's night is done, as we anticipated. Record-setting, 442 yards. That's a new college football record, no matter the division.
Oh, they feel good now.
All right, 1st and 10. You know, I seem to recall there's a Division III guy that might be at 465. I have to check that.
Division III.
I think it's Cartel Brooks, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I study these record books over the summer.
Is this a recent record?
I don't know. I don't remember that, Rashid. I mean, you're asking too much of me. That's 2003. Yeah, it was recent. Dan Lohman, our producer, in our ear, feeding us all these great stats tonight. And boy, there's been a ton of them. The stat keepers have been very busy tonight here at Morris Stadium. All right, following the timeout, second, make it 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Make it 37. Scoreboard operator, I think, is checked out tonight as well. And here's a high snap, inside give. And down to the 35-yard line is the new running back, and that is Mark Lee Bracey. He's another Hargrave military kid. That's a great football program.
Timeout, West Virginia Wesleyan.
We spoke too soon.
First
Wesleyan's
timeout
going
this
to
half.
burn
Please
through their
reset the
timeouts
game
here.
clock.
That is their second
1 minute,
charge timeout.
58 seconds. 1:58.
Get a reset on the clock back to 1:58. 64-48. As we talked with Reed at halftime, big opportunity for this Mountain East Conference this season. They've added an additional team into the playoffs in each region. So an opportunity for the Mountain East Conference, the league feels, to get their second team into the postseason for the first time in conference history, whether it be the West Virginia Conference or the Mountain East Conference. And, you know, of course, going in, most thought it would be Concord and Shepherd that would get, you know, that bid. But as you look here, boy, you know, what West Liberty did last weekend, and now Glenville State has really opened eyes. Charleston, too, with an offensive explosion. So this league really is strong at the top.
Looking very competitive across the board.
All right, inside give, left side. And as Lacey gets the carry again, and takes it down for a couple of yards. Clock will roll. We'll get another timeout taken by Wesleyan.
West Virginia Wesleyan. Second charge timeout of the half.
Got one left here with 1:45 remaining.
If this offensive performance is any indication of what Glenville State will produce in the future, it's going to be a scary season for their opponents.
As I mentioned, going to be great fun to watch them against, you know, these premier defenses in this league. And of course, Shepherd and Monty Cater, always a great defensive ball club. He builds that defense around a great big defensive lineman. They had Howard Jones a couple of years ago, who was an All-American, was a free agent signee of the Pittsburgh Steelers, was on the Steelers practice squad last year. He did get cut this year, but was immediately picked up by Tampa Bay and is currently on their practice squad as well. So a lot of talent. Look at, you know, Ramon Lee. He's going to be a guy that's going to get a look at the next level.
I don't think there's a way that he should not or cannot get a look. I mean, the guy's explosive. Why not?
Scouts have talked about him possibly being a slot receiver in the National Football League, or perhaps another pay-per-play league. Here's a throw to the end zone, and it's going to be broken up, incomplete. So a little pass there, trying to tack on some points. 64-48 with 1:39 to play. Bring up fourth down.
You mentioned Lee. I've just been watching him on the sideline. I like his demeanor. He's not a cocky guy. I see him interacting with his teammates, shaking the guy's hands, keeping him up. That's good to see.
Really the only perhaps downfall or loss of this night for Glenville State's Leon Hill. He continues to sit on the training table, having his left knee iced. 4th and 6, and Glenville will keep the offense out there. Snap back, throw over the middle, pass caught. And that's going to be a first down. That's Alfonso Medina, the new quarterback, and he threw a completion to DeAndre Jones-Williams. And we also have an injured player back upfield for West Virginia Wesleyan on the pass rush. And we got a personal foul, roughing the passer call also on Wesleyan after the play. That's Jock Simon, who's down. Lying flat on his back, going to be helped to his feet. 1:33 to play, so the completion attack on the extra 15 will take the ball down to the 11-yard line.
Do you try to score another touchdown if you're Glenville State?
I don't know. I tell you, I thought that Hutch was a little upset there that the Bobcats might be taking the timeouts there, but now they go into victory formation and allow the knee to be taken by Medina.
Victory formation is the best formation.
Oh, you're not kidding. So the clock continues to wind. Closing in on 1 minute to play. And Glenville will have to snap this off at least once, maybe twice more, before they head to 2-0 on the season and get a long week of prep, extra day to prepare for their matchup with the University of Charleston coming up on September the 19th. That game is at the University of Charleston Stadium at Laidley Field. Knee taken by Medina.
So once again, I guess George Shell and his crew, they'll have to get back into the drawing board, get in the lab, figure out some things, try to come back, regroup next week.
Yeah, he knew coming into the season he was going to have some holes to fill defensively. He spent a lot of his camp concentrating on rebuilding that defense. Tonight he did find some offense, and he certainly found a quarterback in the youngster Luke Casey. Very solid night, but this night all about the senior from Capitol Heights, Maryland. Ramon Lee sets a new college football rushing record. on this night. And he stands alone above all other running backs in college football history with a big, big night for Ramon Lee. We'll come back and talk about it. You're listening to the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week on Metro News.
They say a photograph is worth 1,000 words. We say it's worth a whole lot more than that. Dear National Guard, are you up to it? It's up to you.
A home for our heroes. That's what the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility in Clarksburg offers. Personal, compassionate care in a state-of-the-art facility that includes a licensed Alzheimer's unit, a chapel, access to secure gardens and porches, regular outings, recreational opportunities, and much more. No veteran is turned down due to finances. Maximum rates at the West Virginia Veterans Nursing Facility are 1/3 of the national average. Visit veterans.wv.gov or call 866-WV4-VETS.
E.L. Robinson's key to success is saying yes. When a client comes to us, we look at the project and we say yes. We can get the job done for you. We can get it done within your budget, and we can get it done in your time frame. This company was not built to pursue wealth. It was built to satisfy our clients' needs.
One drop causes a ripple, and that ripple moves across the water, affecting the entire body. Much the same way, when our schools educate our children for high-tech new economy jobs, the effects flow through West Virginia. These technology-based businesses see we have a workforce ready to grow their industry, and they move here. Then our children get those jobs and stay here. Call your state legislator and ask, what are you doing to bring high-tech businesses to West Virginia? From the West Virginia High Technology Foundation.
Back inside Morris Stadium, big night for the Glenville State Pioneers offense, 64-48. The final score here tonight, and big night for the running back from Glenville State, Ramon Lee. Finishes with 442 yards, 22 carries on the night. Huge night for him. Really started early, Rashid, and never left up. Big 82-yard touchdown run in that opening quarter. And just seemed like every time he looked up, Lee was running into the defensive backfield.
You know, from the first time he touched the football tonight, he kept it pedal to the metal, breaking off big chunks of yardage, 20 yards at a time, big average, heck of a player.
Lee signaling to the crowd, yep, I've got 400. And he did set a new college football rushing record. 22 carries, 442 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he is our E.L. Robinson Engineering Player of the Game. Final word, we come back. This is the Mountain East Conference Game of the Week on Metro News.
There's a lot to discover in college. But at West Virginia Wesleyan College, the most important thing you'll discover is yourself. Anytime you get together, perform together, or serve together, you'll be learning more about who you really are. West Virginia Wesleyan. Find your voice.
Founded in 1872, Glenville State College is the only 4-year college in Central West Virginia. But we are unquestionably the best small public liberal arts college in the country. Come visit us in person or online and see our new Waco Center with its Land Resources Department and sports facilities, as well as our new student housing and updated science labs. Come to Glenville and see why Glenville State College is where you belong.
Introducing the newest NCAA Division II conference, the Mountain East. Featuring 16 NCAA championship sports, giving students the chance to compete at the highest levels of D2 scholarship athletics. In year one, top 10 teams in volleyball, football, and basketball. 12 colleges and universities, one mission: providing opportunity, pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Big offensive night here for the Glenville State Pioneers. 800-plus yards of total offense tonight. Of course, the story, Ramon Lee, who was a 100-yard dash winner in the Mountain East Conference last year in track. And certainly tonight, he had his track shoes on. 442 yards on just 22 carries on the night. And Rasheed, we saw history tonight.
We saw history, and Ramon Lee, he's a guy that you cannot lose track of. You give him the ball, he can break one out of any given moment.
Yeah, and certainly can hurt you in many different ways. Lee running tonight, Lee catching. He's also in special teams. He is a force to be reckoned with, no question, for the Glenville State Pioneers as their offense explodes to a 64-48 win over West Virginia Wesleyan as Glenville State starts the season 2-0 with this explosive offense. West Virginia Wesleyan drops to 0-2. Join us next week, West Liberty and Fairmont from Fairmont. Thanks for listening to the Metro News Game of the Week.